once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love once again. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and it is Saturday, Saturn's Day, whatever it is. Some might call it the Sabbath. Some might call it today. Brothers and sisters, whether you're here with me now as we get started a little bit early, right? A little earlier than I was scheduled and a little earlier than I normally do, but I'm feeling so good this Saturday afternoon, brothers and sisters. Thank you sincerely to all of you who are here and who have been here and are with me again, man. Holy cows, it is Talcott time, baby. For those who know, you know, and once again, thank you to all of you swinging through, man. My thoughts today, I've been filled with just, oh, golly geez, just love and peace. At least that's where I'm at right now. So I'm excited to get started here, sincerely. I am grateful. I'm grateful to all of you, whether you tune in with me live or later. And I will recommend again, if you're here with me later, speed it up, man. Same words, less time, right? Enjoy your life. Make the most of it. Happy Cut is in the house. And I'll be dropping the link here pretty soon, sincerely. So I hope you're sticking around. I hope many may join today. We Jack Talcott is a symbol of the many, right? There's many like me. I'm nothing that special, pretty ordinary, in fact, but I just got kind of a big ego, according to some. Anyway, I think we will be victorious over evil. We are one with the Father. It's kind of where my thoughts are today, sincerely. I'm going to come back to that in a little bit. Well, thank you. Here today, this idea struck me, right? And in the background, as a reminder, pieces available. But this idea struck me in my head earlier, my path, because I was thinking about ideas like the way, the Tao, right? What is the way? And the way, the truth, and the life as shown by Jesus, right? What is that? Well, my path, I think the way, my path is to live and praise God with love, right? So join me. Join me on this path where we live and praise God with love, right? We live with love. We praise God with love. See where that logic leads you for yourself. I mean, if you were going to do that, if you were going to live with love and praise God with love, not fear, right? Not trepidation, not worry or anxiousness or guilt. If you praised God like you meant it, and you loved life like you really wanted to, like it was really the only logical choice to come to. I mean, because it is. If you really think about it, you've been given life and love again today, whether you are aware of it or not. I was reminded of that myself earlier. I was thinking about all the love and support that I was missing. And then I remembered all the love and support that is here in this current experience of me. I've been blessed. And I see the love around me, and I feel the love for me, whether it's near me or not, right? And I'm pretty sure that's the game. That's the idea for life, for individual spiritual development. It's to fall in love with love. right? You can't know love without your life. It's the truth, right? And if you really look for love, the signs of love, the evidence of love, it's everywhere, just like the evidence and signs of God are everywhere. Just like maybe there's signs and evidence of you everywhere. Perhaps. I mean, there's a lot of signs and evidence of me, man. My story's got so many twists and turns. There's so many characters up here in my memory, in this noggin of mine. Oh my God. This life, this crazy adventure of life as a human being, to live at this time, man, what a glorious opportunity to be alive and to be who you are and where you are right now in comparison to others at this time, where they are and how they are. There's good and bad to compare to, but there's also in the past. I heard this question earlier today in the conversation, the idea. If given the chance, would you really want to live in any other time, right? In any other past time? It seems to me life was a lot more difficult, probably, than it is these days, right? I mean, we complain about potholes and traffic and taxation. We complain about a lot of things, but there's a lot to love, man. There's a whole lot to love. Oh man, I got some notes here. What was I thinking today? My path is to live and praise God with love. Join me. Trust in the Holy Spirit, right? See the Holy Spirit moving with you. See yourself moving with a spirit of holiness, becoming one with the divine truth, authentic and pure, loving and kind, as natural as you can be in this age and time, right? But if you don't wonder what you might become, who's going to? And why would they? Why would anyone worry what you might become if you don't really wonder yourself? If you think you got it figured out, you might be wrong. Hey, you know what? This, Lala Blue, I believe so. Life was simpler, people worked harder, but love and human connection was probably a lot stronger, right? Because over the years, there's been studies conducted, and human beings have been figured out. And, the World Economic Forum representatives, they've said it pretty clearly. Humans today are programmable animals, right? They're easily maneuvered and outsmarted, especially when you get a group of them together, man. They start collaborating each other and enabling each other, congratulating each other over accomplishing nothing, right? That's what's happening in the White House. Well, let me get back to the topic here. Life was simpler. Human connection was stronger in the past, and yet, you know, we were also disconnected because we didn't have the capacity of wider connection, right? Today, we have the opportunity to connect with one another, to hear and understand one another all around this world. We've overcome the big deal about space and time, right? I got folks that tune in all around the world, man. Praise God. And we've been conditioned to self-isolate, right? To lick your wounds in the dark and feel small and timid about your pains and your worries. We've been conditioned to self-isolate, right? So everyone acts independently, right? It's just, it's just, it's just a perfect conditioning, but we don't have to be that way anymore. And I believe the future, brothers and sisters, Let it be true with you, with me. Let it be through us that God allows us, mankind, to unite beyond this nonsense of wars and wealth and authority, right? Where we actually unite together publicly and privately. We treat each other like we matter. That's the life I want to see, man. That's the life I'm seeing. The future, baby. Well, here, I'll remind this was one of my notes from earlier. With or without your awareness, life and love have been given to you, right? Explore life and love to the fullest while you can. Look for it, unite with it, represent it, embody it. Your life, your love, live it out, man. By the grace of God, we can. And so if you join me, right? Join me on your path. Make a commitment to you to live with love, to praise God with love. And let God be a mystery to you until you know it is, right? Don't let a belief prevent you from a closer relationship, spending more time, asking questions, looking for answers, trusting, right? Trusting in the Holy Spirit, seeing the holiness in you and seeing the Christ in another, seeing the Holy Spirit moving with another. Sometimes that Holy Spirit gets covered up by the wounds. It's how the darkness gets its time and space here on earth. It's all a beautiful game that God has created for the angels and the demons to play. Who are you, right? What are you? Be one with love. It's the path to know God for sure. Trust in the Holy Spirit. That's a note for me, right? It's a sign I've been seeing and hearing with others and through others. And maybe it's kind of a time of Lent or something. I don't know. Queep, you crack me up. I'm not even going to bring that up. Swinsbirds, blessings to you. Please, folks, please don't forget to hit the like on the way in. I'm going to drop the link here pretty soon. Here's another note I shared for myself, right? Because it was a thought I said in the mirror. I was thinking about things, right? I had this thought recently that if you look around you, the evidence of others is everywhere, right? The evidence of others, it's in these electronic devices that we're using. You know, some other people developed and created and produced and transported the technology for us to discover it on some shelf and buy what we got and to pay what we pay and do what we do, right? There's evidence of others. There's evidence of others in my apartment, in the fabric of the curtain behind me, right? There's evidence of others in the chair that I'm sitting upon, the clothes that I'm wearing, in the food, in my fridge, in my pantry. There's evidence of others everywhere. And it's the same with you, too. You're surrounded by others. The evidence of your ancestors is pumping through your veins, right? Your genetics or memories, your DNA. That's what it is. It's like some diabolical memory that you've become. Who you are is so unique and special. It's never been made before. Not like you. I mean, there's others that are similar. We're all similar. We're all kind of the same, but we're all unique and different. Such a beautiful creation that our God, the Father, the one absolute God, right? The giver of life and love, that one, that one that gives the knowing and the experience of life and love. Let's gather together in honor of that. So, this thought I had earlier when I was thinking about the evidence of others that's all around me is thank you to all that is not me. Thank you to all that is not me that allows me to be me. Call that whatever you want, right? God is that to me. God is everything to me. And I've learned that I am nothing When I'm not with love, I am nothing. When I'm not with the truth, I am nothing, right? But when I align myself with love, when I align myself with the truth, when I align myself with love honestly and authentically, with appreciation and gratitude, and I'm like, praise God, man. Holy cows, I get to live as me again. And I don't know if you've seen the news, man, but this shit going on in Iran and Donald Trump teaming up with Israel. It's like, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I'm going to drop the link because I said a lot of things already. Ow, Andy. Ugh. That can be extremely painful. Barely cried. Good for you. Good for you. That ice and, I've been through that a few times myself, man. Join today's discussions with Jack. Please feel free. Click that link that is now pinned to the top of the chat, and we'll see what today may bring. Austin, I want to help that wish become true. I really do. And I recognize God has blessed me. I don't know how this happened, but I do feel lucky to have discovered and learned what I've learned in this time, right? Because I get it. The time we're living through is pretty dark and evil. There's a lot of twists. There's a lot of twists, baby. Life is a dance, man. It actually is, Austin. I learned how to feel good. I learned how to give myself permission to feel good despite the pains and discomfort. Like even today, I don't know how it happened, but well, I'm feeling an inflammation right in my wrist. Massage, I think, may be the problem. I did have pains in my elbow and now it's in my wrist. And anyway, this inflammation thing happens. And I'm just thinking, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the signs that there's a warning, right? There's a caution. Jack, you need to fix something or adjust something. So there's pains and discomforts, right? I still miss my son. I still haven't replaced the regular income I used to enjoy. I mean, I'm still on this crazy adventure where I believe if given the chance to speak with Donald Trump, I actually believe I can help peace on earth become achieved. And what God brings to me is guests like Stephen. Welcome back. How are you today?
Hello, I'm fine. I'm fantastic. I'm doing great. I had a great premiere earlier showing Jack Talcott, and
Oh
I
yeah,
saw that you showed
thought
up. I
about that.
I was late for my own premiere, but I saw that Jack was there in my comments in the live in the chat. Wow, I missed you.
I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
I saw you earlier, but it was too late. You were there 20 minutes before, but I did say hello to you.
Hey, yeah, thank you. I thought it was funny, whatever you were sharing. I laughed, but hey, Snow, I'm not sure that Paul took any wrench away. I don't believe he has access to do that. So I think I took it away one day because you were
Oh,
being all feisty and snotty with me, if I remember right. I might be
she is
wrong.
feisty. She is
Or
feisty.
maybe it's because you were disrespecting Paul. Okay, and that would be something I would do. If you're gonna, I mean,
Nobody can disrespect Paul here. Is that the rule?
well, Paul
Well,
is joining me at my request. And so my
oh,
expectation is, especially the mods, they show some respect to me and to the guests here. That's the thing I'm hoping for. But you know what, Snow, you're a crazy cat. I do.
God bless you,
I
Jack, she
do.
wrote. Do you like
Um,
Snow? I don't know her very well. Do you like her, or is there a history between you two, or her
there's
and
no
Paul?
real, well, there's there's the online lore, right?
Uh-huh.
That it's just interpersonal relationships.
Well,
But
if Paul has the keys, he could probably take her wrench. I'm guessing if he has the keys. No?
he has keys to StreamYard, not YouTube.
Oh, oh, okay. Oh,
There's a distinction. I mean,
I've never given
StreamYard.
anyone. Sorry, I'd never given anyone keys, so I didn't know.
Yeah, I was
Interesting.
thinking that earlier. I've never received the keys from anyone else, so I don't know what someone with keys gets to see.
I did for a day or two. I bought the keys to Landry's channel last year for $33.33, and it was a magical number, the 3333. And I bought the keys, and then he took them away, I think, in a day or two. And I barely used them. I barely did anything to anyone there. I think I might have backstaged El Perro or kicked him once or something. Wizard was being very angry and
Hey, Steven.
belligerent. Oh, hey, Paula. What's going on?
That's first of all, Paula is not appropriate.
Oh,
But second of all, let's not try to find disagreements
I'm not
here.
trying to
I know a
find
lot
any-
of you are compelled to find disagreements here because
No.
Jack wants to end wars.
No.
So it's almost like it's like a cosmic joke. I've seen
I'm
it
not trying
many
to find
times
anything.
played on me and others.
I'm not trying to
Um,
find anything. That's not
So yeah, I'm
accurate.
not able to, just very quickly, I'm not able to take away
Okay.
moderator or moderator privileges. So I would appreciate if you and others would stop disrespecting me.
I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry.
Well,
Steven,
hey, Steven.
why the assumption?
No, but that's good though,
what
Jack.
assumption?
But that's good, right? Because every word or statement reveals
All right.
the state of beingness of the being making the statement, right? And to mock me or others for having feelings is precisely part of the problem here, Stephen, is you and others don't want to look within
I apologize. I'm
feelings.
sorry if I hurt your feelings.
Stephen, if I may, and again, I'm not saying absolutely, I'm just encouraging you to look at this theme that we have a lot of folks who come here who, if you look at them through the lens, Ben Thorpe is an example, Taylor and Back is an example, Stephen is an example, Snafu, Tommy, Margot, Obese Paul Enslaved was an example. Okay.
Oh, look who's here.
So
Let him finish.
we have
Did
a
he just-
pattern of a type of individual who seeks to be here at this place because subconsciously they need one thing, but consciously they're doing something else, right? And part of that something else, and this may be partly unconscious as well, is avoidance and addiction, right? And escapism.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
See?
I like
So
the hat, Taylor. I like the new hat.
So we need to get more in touch
Thank
with
you.
our feelings, Stephen, not mock others when they attempt to get in touch with them or express them. That's dysfunctional.
Can I respond to that? May I please respond
Yeah.
to that? Well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in touch with my feelings through coming to the Jack Talcott show. I'm fine trying
So
to
you
search and
say.
find my
Okay.
feelings. So I
Partial
say yes.
truth. I'll give him a
So
part.
you say,
I've been here for a year, and I'm trying to get you guys to help me dig deep to find my feelings and get really in touch with my heart chakra.
Steven.
I'm trying to find my heart chakra.
Steven.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what I just heard from you, if you're open to it,
Uh-huh.
Is-
I am.
is that you are lost, right?
No, I didn't say I'm lost.
No,
I never
you
said
are.
that.
You are.
I never
You're
said
looking
that.
you're looking for answers.
I'm searching for my feelings. Help me
Steven,
get
just
touch
roll with it.
with my feeling.
Right.
I'm not
I mean,
lost.
Stephen, I have a hard time believing this. I'm not saying that you're not
Oh,
being
Paul.
honest, but you may also not be in touch with it, right? Because if you're not in touch with your feelings, you might not be in touch with the reality. And what I and others have seen from you is many hours spent focusing on others and projecting and
Oh,
labeling
brother.
and judging. I don't think we've seen any hours of you or others who come here sitting with yourself and your feelings and talking it through
Mm.
on your broadcast, right? We don't see that from you. So I have a hard
I
time
attempted-
believing that's what your goal is, because you can tell what someone wants by what they put their time, energy, and attention on. Usually.
Sorry. I've tried to cry on my broadcast. You call it
Well,
a broadcast. I call it
Steven.
live streams or videos, but
Steven,
yes, Jack.
I love you, my
Yes,
friend.
I love you, brother.
But you
I
really
do.
are. Your problem with your heart chakra is your mind. Okay.
Huh?
When I said you're lost, your heart
Uh-huh.
and mind are disconnected. You're showing yourself online and publicly to be an active contradiction, right? An addict to drama and controversy. Paul pointed out very I love what I heard Pack. I love what I heard from Pack. Um Stephen, there's some real honest feedback for you
Jack,
available.
is this merger permanent? And how do you know if my heart chakra is disconnected from my mind? Is that just an
You just
insult, or do you have real? Go ahead. Go ahead.
well, by what you said. You said you're
Uh-huh.
looking for the activation of your heart chakra. Well, if you have mastery of your mind, your body and the senses will follow, but you're disconnected. It's
Oh,
been pretty clear. You're in the right place. You're in the right place at the
And
right
Stephen,
time.
I want you to notice how where your mind goes, right? Where your impulses are centered, because it tells a lot about the being. Right away, you ask, is the merger permanent? And I would
Right?
ask you, does the commitment and dedication scare you? Does it
Ooh.
intimidate you?
no, I'm just curious. Does Taylor have something to say? Are you going to let this guy chime in? I'm
Hey,
curious too.
you know what? Yeah,
He's been ignored here.
he has been. Let's let
Well,
him in.
he's not a man who's shy, and I'm sure if he had something that was overwhelmingly wanted to be said, that he would jump in here. He's
I
known for
assume
that.
he joined for a reason. So can we hear him out?
I
I would
want to
encourage you not to
recognize.
deflect, Stephen,
Yeah.
because I'm seeing a little bit of that even right now, right? Using
I should
Taylor
have
as
a
a
thought.
deflection.
Yeah.
I'm just not
Actually,
enjoying this.
I would tell Steven that the mergers are never permanent with Jack.
Oh, see that? I'm going to prove you wrong, brother. Because they're as permanent
I'm not
as they
saying what
need
the
to
future
be.
does or doesn't hold. I'm just saying in the past, they've never been permanent.
I'm
All
going to
right,
encourage
that's
you to
fair.
recognize that the prime merger is between man and God, right?
Yeah,
And you won't evaluate that merger. You only evaluate the merge between people, places, and things.
Let's evaluate it.
Well, here, please pause because
Mhm.
doggone it. There was
We have
something
some other guests.
I saw. I
Yeah.
saw. And my plan was actually to swap it out. But this is beautiful. It's another example of pretty hardened, kind of calloused, arrogant men. Welcome
Absolutely.
back, Ben.
Hey, thanks, guys. Nice to see you.
I'm glad you got the white T-shirt memo.
You guys
We have
look
an
like
opportunity
roommates
here.
together.
We
Yes,
really do.
We do. Welcome, Ben. How you doing?
Thank you.
Any thoughts or immediate ideas?
I've been focusing on like this as an idea, and I think I call this reverse engineering. What people say doesn't really matter. What you do is you reverse engineer what they do and where they spend their attention, and then you can say what they actually think. Do you agree with that?
Partially. You don't want to dismiss what they say, though. That's something people have been doing with me.
But why not dismiss it? Because it's what I would call that is bullshit. If it doesn't match up to what you, especially where you spend your energy, where you spend your time, where you spend your money, says what you're like. I mean, it's like in terms of like a lot of Christians that I interact with. They'll say like, "Oh, I care about the poor. I care about black people. Whatever nonsense they want to say, they think." If they live in an all-white neighborhood and that's where they spend their money and they don't want their kids around black people or poor people, I think it's okay that they are not what they say they are, but like they should just be honest and say like, yeah, no, I don't like poor people or black people, and I want my kids and me to be away from them. Why lie?
Well, I think we should overcome our excuses for divisions and separations because we're living in a world where, well, that's how evil has gained power is through division and manipulation.
No, but my thing is like, I'm just saying that is who you are, how you act, not what you say. Yeah, I brought my ladies are here. I'm starting to live the lifestyle. Soon they're going to be walking literally back and forth here.
You're revealing.
I like
your-
it.
Yeah,
are-
why not? Let's get away from porn. Porn is gay. Let's just
Yeah.
have surround ourselves with God's beautiful creation of gorgeous women. Like, I really
Well,
think I really think, you know what happened historically when Catholics and Protestants, they were arguing, they were fighting, there were wars. Okay. And everyone said, all right, I don't know. There's just so much bloodshed and chaos. Let's just say, like, okay, we know we can measure things a certain way. And I'm saying, I think that's going on today. Who could argue that this isn't, we can all agree, these beautiful women make us happy. We could start there.
Jack, I believe we were talking about distractions, avoidance, escapism, and addiction. Yeah.
perfect. It showed right up.
No, it's not a distraction. That is my focus. Beautiful women. That's my ministry. Taylor, do you want to join me?
I suggested you're misdirected. You're misleading yourself, and if you're misleading yourself, you might be misleading others. Ben, Paul
What's
asked
misleading about it? I'm not lying. I'm really interested in being with beautiful women and having a great time with them because I think beautiful women have it really hard in life because of envy.
Yeah. So today I learned about this. I don't know. My accent's not good, but Nuestra America convoy to Cuba.
Beautiful women in Cuba.
Yep.
Groups of people around the world are mobilizing to Cuba, bringing critical humanitarian aid for its people because the Trump administration is currently strangling the island. There's an embargo. There's no oil, which means there's no way to move the trucks or the generators or the power, and all sorts of problems are happening in today's day. I didn't know about this flotilla, right? I learned of this today, that there's a flotilla that's destined to land, and seems right up my alley today, and kind of been a little bit of a different path than focusing on the pretty girls, right?
Yeah. It's stupid. You're backing a communist regime. That's communist propaganda. Obviously.
Ben, who taught you that?
Well, the Cuban government is openly communist.
No, who taught you that what I'm supporting is communism? You jumped to a conclusion.
Well,
you didn't actually ask me any questions or made sure you understood properly, my friend.
Oh, I'm not saying that you understand that it's communist propaganda. I'm saying
I understand. No, you are labeling it as communist propaganda without any investigation nor evidence.
See,
Well,
this
I
is
know
part of that.
the Cuban
This is part of
government
that.
Communist. They want money from America.
This is part of that addictive, escapist, avoidant aspect of you that constantly seeks to be right all the time and know it all, even though you're obviously
I
way
could be wrong, but if
misinformed.
they had a flotilla to North Korea,
Whether it's legal, lawful,
they bring all your money to
geopolitics,
North Korea,
banking,
I
you
mean,
don't
it's
seem to.
communist propaganda. I mean,
Yeah.
not hard to figure out.
No.
Like 2 + 2 = 4. You may
So
not
again,
know how to do that.
I've asked you and Taylor in the past to qualify that. What is communism? And based on your own definition, we're already in that here, but you're again escaping from that and avoiding from that with your cope, right? Rather than to just.
Well, I'm
face
just
the
saying,
facts.
Jack doesn't always know what's going on. He had a woman he thought was a wonderful woman who was obviously just an open
You speak as
witch
if the conditions
here
that
that
are
he
going
talked to
on.
about
You
witchcraft.
speak as if the conditions that are going on in Cuba aren't going to go on here or can't go on here.
Right.
Well, if you
Ben,
want to give money
Ben,
to Cuba, you're welcome
Hey,
to do
tell
that.
you what, Ben. Let me bring up just another little bit that I found today, right? See if you consider it propaganda or if the facts make sense to you.
Sure.
David's also the organizer of the upcoming Nuestra America convoy. First of all, when is it heading out, and what are you guys hoping to accomplish?
Yeah, so when we first put out this call to respond to the aggravated humanitarian crisis on the island, thousands of people around the world heard that call. I think it's not an exaggeration to say that both in the United States and through the international community, people are looking at Trump's siege of this island with horror, not only because it's a violation of international law, not only because it has disastrous consequences for homes, hospitals, schools, mothers, fathers, children, grandparents, the elderly, the sick, but also because they understand that this tactic, this really barbaric tactic of a siege, if it's successfully applied in a small, peaceful island nation like Cuba, they could be next. And so many people, when we first went out with this call to join us on a mission to collect humanitarian aid in plazas and streets and communities, they wanted to be a part of it. And so on the 21st of March, from all around the world, we've got delegations from 25, 30 countries now. They'll be converging in Havana to turn in that humanitarian aid and stand shoulder to shoulder with the Cuban people at a time when the Trump administration is determined to isolate the Cuban people, to inflame their quality of life, and to use that aggravated crisis as a pretext for a regime change operation. And that's not me reading between the lines. That's now stated policy of the Trump administration and Marco Rubio's Department of State.
David's also the organizer of the upcoming Nuestra America convoy. First of all, when is it heading out, and what are you guys hoping to accomplish?
Yeah, so when we first put out this call to
Did we already?
David's also the organizer of the upcoming...
Do I think that could be communist propaganda? Sure.
Sure. This isn't actually the clip I remembered. That's okay, though. The reality is the embargo, just like if there was an oil embargo on the United States, our farmers would not have fuel for the farms, right? The trucks wouldn't be happening. Now, this communist fear.
I don't fear communism. I'm just saying.
Well, then why is that nation being punished? But why is that nation being punished? Why are the peoples of that land being punished by the United States?
Because we want to have trade with Cuba on our terms, like we did before the communists got there. That's true. I mean, I don't.
Already in communism. It's the sister of socialism. One of the tenets is redistribution of wealth. Taxation is redistribution of wealth. Yeah. So is centralization.
Well, yeah, communism has its upsides. I'm just saying it's like I don't agree with
the
communists.
Abolition of private property. By being told you have to pay to use your own property, you no longer own your own property. The state has an interest in it.
We're right back here.
Yeah, communism sucks. I mean, that's obvious to me.
Right, so we're already all in it, and it's not actual communism. It's crony communism, just like crony capitalism and all the rest of it. It never operates the way that it's laid out on paper, right?
Yeah, right. That's why it sucks.
Right, but it's not the ism that sucks. It's the people that suck, and the people who pay for them and support them and turn a blind eye to them who suck.
No. People need to have a market economy. They need to be able to work and make money for their families.
Ben, that's what you've been conditioned to believe.
No, that's nature.
Holy shit! Nature. Would you please shut up, please? Please. How is it nature for man to rely on money in order to get human beings to cooperate and share? That defies nature, Ben.
No. Human nature is such that we tend to.
Human nature has been corrupted, Ben.
Well, do you know the only communist society that's ever been? Do you know the only communist society that's ever been actually functional is monasteries and convents. They're literally communist. They share everything, but that has to be voluntary. You can't force people to share if they don't want to. But if people voluntarily share, it can work.
Right. I think a better word to kind of differentiate would be
very hard.
Would be communalist, right? Or voluntarist.
Yeah.
This communism thing has been just completely, like most things, bastardized, misunderstood, for some misdirection, it seems.
I was in a place in Colorado. It was a really interesting place. You might find it interesting, Jack. It was like a Catholic kind of group of people that lived together, and they wanted to be a religious community, but they also had families with kids. And the Vatican said, no, you can't do that to kids. You cannot force kids to be part of a community that shares everything, because it's sort of child abuse. because only adults can choose to be in a community like that. But it was beautiful in many ways.
I tuned you out, honestly, because what I was thinking is,
Join the club.
how do you spell prolonged? Actually, here.
I
PRO.
believe it's how it
LON.
sounds.
Pretty phonetic.
Thank you. Prolonged partial awareness.
PPA.
And chaos becomes norm. This is what thought I was thinking earlier. Prolonged partial awareness and chaos becomes normal, right? I've witnessed, and in our young friend Lalo's testimony the other day, he loves to multitask and his mind is very active, right?
Yeah.
And he hasn't learned how to pause.
Yeah.
And how to be with full focus, full awareness.
Yeah.
Hey,
Any
Dusty,
awareness at all.
Dusty, you know Lalo, right?
Yeah, seems like he's pretty focused on Grace. That seems like a singular focus.
Do you know he said that he watches movies on 2x?
He needs to step away from YouTube.
Well, even his thing with Grace, I think, is a fantasy. He doesn't actually want to.
But it is a
Hey,
singular focus. You got to give him that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't, after hearing Lalo talk about what he said, say what he said, I don't know why anybody's sympathetic with him. He just said, I want to be like a powerful politician without doing all the work to get
Yeah,
there."
without doing any work.
Okay. I don't know why I would be sympathetic with that.
Yeah, he's just a jerk. But he owns it.
Here's the thing. He's got something to him. He's got the cockiness and he's got the willingness to put up with what he thinks it's going to take.
No, he doesn't want to put up with what it's going to take.
Well, I know. He wants a quick ride to the top. And
He wants a life hack.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, this is the truth. If we devote our time to love, to live with love, to praise God with love, right? The mystery of life, and love the mystery and love the known, live with love, man, we're going to change this world. And I'm telling you, it's time. The time it's always time.
Well, why do you guys say, I'm not kidding when I say, I believe that it's God's mission to me to love beautiful women. What is the problem with that?
Why are you taking it back to you instead of...
He
We
has,
can all
like,
love
he has a
people with
script, Jack. You can notice, right? If it's not
just
talking
curious
about
why you
other
guys-
people like Lalo, it's talking about his proclivities and
I'm not saying
invading
it's
people
everybody's
into being
mission, I'm just
triggered.
saying
It's the
That's
same.
how I see it. But it's okay. You don't have to answer the question.
Dude, here's something I was thinking about. I see a lot of potential in a lot of people. And I agree. Diamond in the dirt. You haven't found yourself yet, but you're looking. You're in the right place. All of us are in the right place at the right time. Because think of how blessed we are. The technology, the pantries, the refrigeration, the plumbing, the electricity. We live modestly better than kings and queens of the past.
Mhm.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think that's true?
No, because, I think you might agree with me on this, that the wealth that they had was community and relationships. And I don't think we have that.
Okay.
So,
In that aspect, respect. Sorry. That's what I think we should head to. We should head towards that community aspect. I mean, wouldn't it be great if communities actually chose the corporations that built factories in their neighborhoods, right? Wouldn't
they
that
do.
be pretty cool?
They
No,
do.
they don't.
Well, through
Corporations
how they spend their
are-
money. Yeah, we want big box ugly stores because that's what we pay money for.
Well, this is the whole point. God allowed us to fool ourselves as people, as a species. we're so smart. We outsmarted ourselves and each other with this stupid legal system and the overcomplicated religions. Life doesn't have to be the way that it was, man. I'm telling you guys, God is doing something amazing with us. I'm not a prophet. I'm not making any claims that I can definitively prove, but a world without wars is waiting for people to stop fighting.
When's the last time mankind made something genuinely beautiful?
Oh, every day. Look around. The world is
as a piece of art.
amazing. Art is all over the place.
Everything I see is ugly. Honestly, I think it's for ugly people making ugly stuff.
That's the veil. You've got a veil on your vision. It's your mental perspective. Because I get it. There's lots of reasons to see that. I won't deny what you found, what you've experienced. But what I do know is when we look past the bitter and the ugly, we find the beauty, the possibility. We find the potential, and there is some folks in the back with potential. I didn't mean to leave him waiting so long.
I was just gonna say, King Stephen he's anxious to read.
He's spurging in private chat.
He's tagged me like 3 times.
Has he really? Sorry, guys. He finally left. Duck has been in the back here for a while. That is
Duck,
you, right?
Are you in the trunk of someone's car right now?
That's
Blink twice.
No, hey, I'm not that lucky, Gracie. I'm not that lucky.
Duck
I'm sorry.
seems like someone could kidnap him pretty easily.
Yeah, he likes that. He would like that.
And Tommy, welcome back.
Yeah,
How are you?
Examples of beauty, Jack. You were disagreeing with Ben about ugliness. What are some examples of beauty?
Examples of beauty? Oh, the music, the art, the color, the flavor. We've got so many options available to us for our palate, right? Whatever you want, you can taste, you can hear, you can find. This world is incredible.
If you want beauty, look no further but to the merge
There you go.
between Pac and Jack.
It is.
I think we got to start with beautiful women because, we can all agree on that. We got to start again and go
I agree.
We can all agree that the beautiful woman is beautiful.
I think there's a ministry I can get behind.
Hey Ben,
Wait,
there's no point in focusing.
You know what I do with the beautiful? Wait, I got something really important to say. I have to get this off my chest. Do you know what I say to beautiful women? I say, I tell them, how much
Are you a biological
I love them.
female?
I check that they're a person, a biological female person, and then I tell them how much I love them. I tell them how I do anything I could, and I try not to impose. And that's it.
That sounds creepy.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
It's
What is crazy?
it is.
Is that your
insane,
opener? Is
actually.
that your opener that you just say that? It doesn't seem like.
No, I usually ask for a head first, and if
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it
she's
more
not that,
socially
if she's not a bobber,
normative.
then I'll go into the romance.
If she don't suck,
shtick.
she's not for Duck.
No. Come on.
Give me a bumper sticker, Gracie. Yeah, go to Vistaprint and get me some bumper stickers.
When I was young, I used to see a beautiful woman and I'd think to myself, I'd like to be with that woman. And now I see a beautiful woman and I think her boyfriend must put up with a lot of shit.
I was thinking you see a beautiful woman and think you'd like to be that woman.
That's where I thought he was going to.
Yeah.
Right. So, Jack, I just wanted to dislodge a little traffic jam here. When you say Lalo is just looking for a quick ride to the top, you didn't hit the "that's you" button on yourself. And that's not a punchline, Jack. It's not a punchline. And when I told you that the fellow outdoorsmen of mine in this day and age live better than Egyptians, kings, and queens, I told you in the context of that's why you got to get off this. Everybody should have everything for nothing bullshit. You are a communist supporting piece of shit.
I know that's what you want to believe. There you go.
Yeah,
Leaving
he
bitter.
ran.
he always chooses that same pattern of bitterness and anger when all he's got to do is just set it aside, not pick it up.
Jack, do you think that people value things more that they work for than things that they're just given?
Yes, absolutely. When the common practice is we don't appreciate unless we've made a sacrifice, unless we've made an investment, unless it.
So how do you rectify that piece of human psychology with economics or socialism or whatever words you want to put there?
We condition ourselves differently, right? Because we were raised in this society where you have to earn, right? If you don't earn it, you don't get it. And, it's selfishness is what it is at its best. The temptation to pursue profits instead of respect and care, right? The way I see the world changing is through changing the people, changing the values. Mankind collectively all around the world, we're lost in the confusion. And the confusion has placed idiots like Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth into the positions where wars can be declared, troops can be deployed, right?
Jack, it's not just that. They bombed a school and now they're asking for $200 billion because of what they did.
Yeah.
Because of what they did. I can't,
But to his credit, Trump seems like he's saying we're getting out soon.
Ben,
to his credit,
please, you show yourself to believe in deception.
No, I think he wants to get out.
You just said we're now supposed to trust the known liar again because of what they said recently when everything they say is always a lie. What's the point of that?
I think you can discern truth within people who lie. Like, why? I think he's saying, like, okay, I did what the Israelis wanted me to do, kind of, but like, I'm not going to sacrifice my legacy to it.
So we're still doing the thing where like the president of the supposed free world is just one guy running everything, doing whatever he wants to do. I know you do. I know that you will believe every piece of nonsense, credulous propaganda that you're given, right? I mean, it's just there's absolutely no credibility to that. And experience doesn't show that.
Hey, Paul, maybe you could have a tone that's more conversational and less lecturing me always about how I'm one of the sheeple and you're the one who really sees shit. Why don't you turn your camera on and show us where you live and how you live?
We're not going to turn it into a competition between you and I. We're going to focus on the facts and the patterns and the understanding or lack thereof, right? So when because I don't respect you.
Well,
why not?
Please,
why not?
Because you openly admit that you spend all your time focused on certain things and not other things and cycling in your addictions. So it makes sense to me why you don't know enough.
Paul
makes perfect sense to me. There's cause and effect.
Paul, please.
Oh, now Paul's getting power hungry.
No, I did that. I did that so that I could try and get these thoughts through. Okay, because I get what you're saying, but what Ben asked is not inappropriate either. Okay, we can speak to each other with respect.
Yeah, Paul, shut up.
Hey, Ben, please calm down. All right.
I don't believe that I was name calling. I don't believe that I was yelling. I wasn't invoking violence. I was simply pointing out
like the woman you are.
I was simply pointing out how absurd it is. See, you're calling me a woman while you're doing what a battered woman would do, which is repeat the lies of their abuser and captor and do it with a straight face in front of a group.
I'm saying wrong.
Guys, what's the difference here is you guys are both smart, handsome adults with valid opinions. You guys both have your opinion is that you guys can glaze over the audience, and you guys are both really good at it. I just wanted to make that clear here.
Thank you. Yes, well offered. You guys are both pretty good. Okay, you're both strong, powerful, masculine, right? You stand out.
You said
And
we were
I'll
pretty
throw in
too.
the, huh?
You said we were pretty too.
I know I was going to throw that into the handsome as well. So praise God. And on the dusty side, member for 9 months, dead shots.
Good to see you as well, Deadshot. Thank you for the 9 months of support.
There you go, man. We've got some other folks in the back. I'm not sure. You know what? There was actually good conversations, and I don't want to deflect completely from what we were discussing, but a change of energy is always probably good, especially if we're getting upset, right?
Do you know Spin?
I agree.
Huh?
Do you know Spin City?
I do not. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah. He might be. He'll be some fresh energy. Who's Talcott? Is that Cage?
That would be Mr. Cage. Yeah. And then we've got Glenn Monday in the back too.
Well, I just want to be clear, Jack, that those are some of my merge creatures. So it's in fact not Cage, nor is it Axis. It's Jaw, Kowalcott, Jaxis, Ratcott. And there are other merge creatures. They're actually in a completely new state of mind and beingness, right? So they can't be claimed to be. Yeah.
Just a quick channel note, because I'm a moderator here. Can you, if those are references to the Jack Talcott we all see here, can you make sure they're proper anagrams too? So if you rearrange the letters, they spell "live without fear."
We'll work on that, Duck. I know that you're autistic and you prefer to have certain patterns available to you.
Of course, Paul.
I also want to remind you that you get to receive what you receive here. So if that doesn't happen, I don't want you to be perturbed.
Please, and thank you. Low standards or low expectations, and we'll try to serve the best we can. And so, Spin City News, you feel pretty safe about that one too? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
He might be controversial, but he's not. He's good.
Right.
And also, can I thank Tuddybug? Tuddybug, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Speaking of receiving.
Yeah. Hey, sorry. Yes, actually. Tell you what, I'm going to bring up the crew. Welcome, Jowl Kowalcott, Jaxis Ratcott, Spin City News.
It's wonderful to see all of you here. I appreciate you, and I was on Dusty's last night. I believe these people are here to merge.
The merge is inevitable, brothers and sisters. I'm passing in the love right now. It's palpable in the air.
Thank you for being here, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, our new CRISPR technology is making headways over here, brothers and sisters. CRISPR is available.
Well, if it wasn't for Pac, I would probably still be left in the darkness.
Yeah,
Hey, Taylor.
it's weird for a long-term thing.
I know there's going to be a lot of resistance from folks. Folks are going to be feeling some envy and some jealousy because they don't have merge creatures. I'm going to encourage you to get away from that.
Words I say instead of trying to analyze my deeper thoughts. I
don't see anything weird about it. I don't see anything weird about it. I think that it's a welcome.
Your thoughts are clouded.
I think it's a welcome change. Okay, now let's get back on topic.
Me, Dusty? What do you offer me right now? Okay,
I offer you nothing.
Okay, well then you're you know what? Get out of your delusions.
I would rather merge with literally anything on Earth than with Cage.
Holy cow, brothers and sisters. Would you merge with me, Flo, under the Talcott image? I want to wear Talcott's face in mine. I've seen the wonderful message now. And Pat can lead you there. And not only can Pat lead you there, but Cage can merge you. And you can find the peace and love you need. I think that's what you need, Flo State. I was with you last night.
You're right, and if you want to discuss a merger later, we can. But Cage cannot be part of anything that I'm merging.
Cage, I'm no longer Cage. It's
no threesomes. No threesomes.
I'm excited about the possibility of you merging, but I'm going to encourage you to let go of past disagreements in order to complete this merge.
Are you inviting me to merge?
I'm
Shout out to
inviting all
Maryland.
the
Thank you
merge.
for the $5 donation, and congratulations to everybody who got free membership.
Well, actually, Flow State, you have
Hey,
no
Marilyn,
choice.
how you
But
doing,
the
man?
merge is inevitable, brother. You have no choice in the matter.
Okay,
This is great.
This
Hey,
honestly
Dustin, would you
reminds
go-
me
would
of
you go
like
with me? Would you go with me to Marilyn's house because her grandfather is Larry Flint? They must have some hella stuff in the attic. You know what I mean?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
no,
seriously.
legit, yeah.
Her grandpa is
That's
Larry Flint.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I will.
The old VHSs. See what's up.
They're deflecting from the merge.
Do you guys like guys? This is what we did in like 3rd grade, like girl friend groups. We'd make a friend group name with all of our names put together. Like honestly, you know what I mean?
This is a message.
This is the same vibe as that.
Yeah, now we're on to like
grinder vibe.
now we're on to like addiction, codependency, and incest. We've totally moved on from that other stuff.
We're here to support
Let's
the
reset
love
me
and the
focus. There's
message
a
of
lot of
Talcott.
resistance, a lot of
Paul,
confusion
those
and
are all-
resistance.
A lot of
Those are all the
repetition.
big traumas. Those are the big trauma topics, right? It's because and I don't mean to be like that guy, but like yeah. I mean, if you suffered because of someone else's addiction, then your problem is realizing that more people are like that, right?
Yeah, someone said ship names in the chat. Yeah, like Benifer. Like that's what y'all are doing.
Okay, let's be clear.
that's a
The
sexy
merge, the merge, in a way, is a bit non-bit, but is an actual practice. It allows you in these spaces to practice a different perspective that might be needed for you, while also freeing yourself up from the liability of feeling like you're not being your quote-unquote authentic self. And I found it to be rather rewarding. I think that all should engage in the practice before putting it down. All right, try it out. Try it on and
Maybe.
try it out.
Maybe.
So Landry, how's your documentary
not.
going?
actually, please pause. I mean, I'm sorry. I do want to know
sorry,
that,
Jack.
and that is polite, actually. But I'm curious about this Spin City News. That's not what I've recognized before. And Make America Great Again. I'm wondering
Scotty the
what.
Body, dude. It's Scotty the Body. He's been tearing it up on Tomatoes, and he's got a great X account and stuff too.
Welcome. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Anything?
I logged in and I heard Donald Trump and I said, "Oh hell no! I've got to get up there."
Okay. Which way are you? A fan of Donald Trump or a critic?
Oh, I'm by no means a critic, my friend.
Yeah, it's his daddy, Jack. Donald's his daddy.
Hey, we've got
Maybe he's
another.
just merging with him.
Even though I do not agree with all his policies and everything he's doing, but in my opinion, it is better than the cackling hyena from the middle class lifestyle with her grass and her trees.
There it is.
Oh, there you go. Excuses.
We're still doing Kamala Harris hate in 2026. I mean,
This is
Grace, come on.
It's really just
she's been
that
relevant
easy.
for like 2 years.
Oh, I didn't even know the reference.
How about this? You're in the right place at the right time. I encourage you, keep an open mind and see what you can discover. I'm going to explore this other guest. We got another guest in the back.
I'll vouch for him too.
Dusty needs to change his
Oh,
name
not
back to what he
Sasquatch.
had it last night.
No. Welcome, Entwine the Mind. Welcome to you. How are you today?
Party foul.
I'm doing well. Just I know Power to Dusty. I saw that he's live, and I feel like doing live streams today.
This is Jack's panel. I'm just restreaming.
Oh, okay. This is like more. Is it more exclusive here?
I'm starting. I'm starting.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm starting my.
Would you
stream
like
right
to powder his Dusty?
Grace, that's inappropriate.
What is his Dusty? Is it his butter? Sorry, I want to
Ask him.
What's the?
Do you like powdered Dusty?
I'm down for it.
If he's down, I'm down. Then F it.
I really don't
I'll powder
understand.
his Dusty any day.
Oh.
Let's go.
Taylor, yeah. Suffer.
Can we change the direction a little bit?
Let's do.
I mean, because seriously, I feel such a peace today, and not to be religious, but to share what I mean. My path is to live with love, praise God with love every day. And you folks are here today. My call to join me, right? So imagine the future where people were no longer paid to compete or to fight against each other, where we actually volunteered our cooperation to the projects that were best for our communities, for our families, right, and our neighbors. We have the opportunity in this lifetime to totally transform this world. All we got to do is get the right ideas and the right people together.
I think there was a guy who wrote a song about that, Jack. It's called Imagine by John Lennon. Imagine all the people.
Ben, he went on to sleep with like millions of women too. That guy was a total poon hound.
Oh yeah, he's a scumbag, John Lennon.
Based?
He reverse engineers. See, that's what I'm saying. You write that song, but then you reverse engineer his actions. You go, he's a scumbag. Right, that's who he was.
You know what?
Communist, liar, scumbag.
What was the name of the studio in Hollywood? Because like Jim Morrison, his dad was boat captain in the Vietnam stuff. There's connections to government and media throughout our lifetimes, guys. The majority of human beings alive have been brainwashed, right? That's why Donald Trump is actually president. Why Hegseth is the Secretary of War, right? Because people don't know any better. We've been brainwashed, guys.
Yeah, I've had my brain washed. It used to be dirty.
Do you guys recall that time back in 2020 when all the celebrities like recreated the song Imagine to like bring comfort to people because of the whole pandemic? You guys remember that?
That's right, they did.
It's actually a perfect theme song for the pandemic because that's what communist totalitarianism looks like in actual fact.
True. Stay in your houses and do what we say.
Do what we say. It's all for the better.
Yeah. And Donald Trump was a big part of all that. I'd
Absolutely.
love to have some conversations with him about peace, right?
I mean, he was the one who brought.
Jack, I have a question about Trump. When he's out of office, are you still going to want to talk to him, or will it be the next president?
No, I wanted to speak with Biden too, but that was.
Would you talk with Bill Clinton if he was available?
I will speak to anyone placed in that position because it's just a step. I don't want to necessarily just talk to Trump. I want to address the entire body of Congress, just like Netanyahu has been allowed to do, right? Netanyahu's the one who Trump is obeying. That's what the news is. That's what Donald Trump said. He went.
I think Netanyahu's dead. Maybe you should run for Prime Minister of Israel.
We can, yeah. Where was that comment?
Hey, can I share something?
Please. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was talking to a good Christian man the other day, and he said the reason to not go to war with Iran was because of the gospel teachings. And so I'm
bless
curious,
you.
I'm curious where that fits in when we're thinking about just avoiding conflict and deterrence and stuff. Like,
loud as hell, boy.
Isn't that important as well? Like we should be. Jack. The part where we avoid large forms of chaos, and the reason we do this is because we see the news stories, we see the violence, and we realize that these are leadership problems, and they're also problems in our democracy.
Yes. And society taught us and gave us a lot of coping mechanisms, whether it's all sorts of things, addictions, religions, just all sorts of things. Mankind has been misled. We misled ourselves. That's the whole point.
America was also never designed to be a democracy. That's another part of the New World Order deception.
Boom.
Well, the republic is much like the monarchy. I mean, it's not really unlike it. Similar to the Roman Congress as well. It's all hierarchy, bureaucracy, and it's all illusions, right? To keep people afraid and divided.
Jack, do you don't believe there are natural hierarchies?
Sure. There's natural ebbs and flows to life, right? There's peaks and valleys.
No, that's not what hierarchy means. Hierarchy means like structures in which some are placed above others.
Yes, leadership is a trait.
No.
Not everyone is qualified to lead in every direction or at every time, but leadership is something we can all develop. And this is what I learned for myself, firsthand experience. I wasn't taught to become a leader. I mean, I was in the military and then in the Union, but as an employee and as a soldier, I was actually, and at home, I was taught to obey. The school.
But Trump likes unions. Trump likes unions.
That's a lie. Absolute lie. He's been such an opponent against labor. He's done his appointments.
Here we go.
But Jack, if some people are taught to be leaders, wouldn't some other people have to be taught to be followers? Or wouldn't, in order to have leadership, you would need to have followership? Isn't it like intrinsic? You can't, if everyone's a leader, no one's a leader, right?
We all lead ourselves, and this is what Jesus was teaching mankind, is to lead oneself with God, right? Walking with the Holy Spirit. If you walk with the Holy Spirit, you lead yourself. No other has dominion over you.
When you say you lead yourself, you're speaking about two different people, one who is leading and the other one who is following. Isn't that the definition of schizophrenia?
Well, the Holy Spirit and the ego. You submit your ego to follow the Holy Spirit.
But the Holy Spirit is
give an example,
not you,
right?
Is the Holy Spirit you or not you?
Modern day legalistic cult wants us all to follow whoever the leader is, despite what they do, right? Founding fathers wanted us to follow the values that made America great, which we are actually doing the antithesis of, while claiming to make America great, right? So there is the juxtaposition duality right there.
To America having been great once because they were founding America.
No, the ideals and principles have always been here, of the idea of rights, freedom, principles, spiritual faith, right? That's always been in the spirit of humanity. That's been the whole story of humanity from the beginning of time. Is certain folks who want to be free and under God, and do what they perceive as God's
those
will.
are relatively new ideas, rights and stuff.
I don't accept that. I think that the story of the Bible is a perfect example. This society was partially founded upon. These ideas go back thousands of years and thousands of years before that. So
you're saying the Bible was
I guess,
promoting democracy, or like what the founding, like the political principle.
Again, America was never.
Revolution. That's not true.
America was never supposed to be or become great because it's a democracy, which is literally means mob rule. So the republic was great because everyone had to comport themselves to an idea to be lawful. If they didn't, they were unlawful and they had no power or authority.
Right, but it was an experiment. It was new. That was the whole idea. It wasn't like, let's make something great.
I think the experiment was founding a supposed nation or corporation on those ideas rather than and again, even that wasn't necessarily a new idea. I mean, there's a lot of nations who claim to have constitutions that are somewhat founded in the spirit of the law, what you could argue is objectively true and correct, and they never follow
the
it.
rule of law instead of the rule of kings.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, this idea of rule of law gets perverted into the corporatist, fascist, legalist, right?
Yep.
Collectivist statute, policy, and code. So if that's what people are taught at school is law, well, then they will reject the spirit and God and what's true and what's right. And they will follow their leaders, like the guy down there who says, Donnie's making America great again, not because he actually is with American principles, but because the alternative is worse.
But do you know
That's
what
the
the rich are?
schizophrenia, right? That's the true
Paul,
cognitive dissonance and divide
know
within
what-
self and from the truth.
Do you know what rich people are, though? Rich people are the ones who will be right next to you, and they have a different set of laws. They have a different way to approach problems. They
don't know
see
how that's
themselves
relevant.
differently. It's not hateful. It's not meant to be hateful, but what they get out of it is always different.
Again, even just the idea and belief that in a universe with some level of objective truths that people could just do whatever they want to do beyond a certain point if it causes loss, injury, and harm is precisely why societies and cultures are rising and falling, right?
But what I would say is, like, a lot of people spend a lot of time on the internet talking about how we can make society better, and pretty much by the fact of being on the internet, no one is listening to you, and like this is the last place you can go for many people where anyone will listen to them. So they're at the bottom and they're in no position to make any changes in society. So it just seems like an exercise in masturbation, more or less.
You said seems like 3 or 4 times there, so that's really just evidence of what you believe it to be. It's not.
Tell me how I'm
evidence or
wrong.
proof.
Tell me how I'm wrong.
Well, I have my own firsthand experience, right? Like dealing with people from different walks of society and culture and talking with them about legal and lawful and working with them in the private to practice that. And many times getting results, right? And potentially having a small effect on changes that we're seeing
But all you've had
on the
is like
world
cases
stage.
that have been dismissed. You've never made a change in anything.
What did you just rub your face with, Entwine?
You're now telling me objectively who and what I am and what I've done or what I've been a part of. I mean, that's kind of
You're contributing to a genre of entertainment called Sov Sit, like YouTube.
You're now telling you're now in pure Ben Thorpe fashion telling everybody else what their life and experience is. That's why
How
your
am I
daughter
wrong?
is the way she is.
I think it's a
Because you have this
contribution
habit
to
of
the
telling
entertainment.
everyone what they're going to think and feel and experience, and they either believe you and repeat it, or they sit there shocked that you would try to make your life and experience everyone else's, right? Because you're like a control freak.
Real quick,
please.
sorry, Ben. Ben, can we have some respect for
You
Grace
have
Thorpe
no
on
idea
panel,
who
please?
I am or what I do away from these areas, and you pay little attention to what I share in these areas. You have no idea who I've worked with or networked with. You have no idea about any of that. So
Pac, please be respectful.
let's stick to what we know and don't know.
I totally lost it. Please, guys. Now I did. I've lost what I was trying to interject with. Please forgive me. We don't have to argue though. And the reality is we've got to stop making excuses for what this society has been doing. We are the ones, right? God sent us to the world to do, right? And to be. I used to be a part of the world. I used to pay my taxes, my registration. I'd follow the laws and the rules the best of my ability, right? But someone was saying something earlier about being next to a wealthy, and they're living differently in society. We've got to pay to play society. That's bullshit, guys. I mean, when I got separated from the life I used to know, and see, maybe it's because you guys have lived differently. You know, we're all on our different paths, but I was a part of the American dream. I became a part of the military industrial complex before I realized what the hell I had done. Right? So this is our lifetime to change it. If I tell you what, guys, you are witnesses. Oh shit, that was something I was reminded of earlier. Our purpose here in life, we're here to witness and to participate in the creation of the future, right? We're here to witness the past, witness the present, discover all those things and create this future together.
Okay, but Jack, where did you fuck up?
Where did I fuck up?
Woo!
Where did you assume? What perspective did I fuck up? I mean, where did that come from?
No, as in you said that you changed your life around.
Thank you. I did. I started my own testimony and path. I was raised right as a kid, but I left home with a lot of bad habits. Drinking and anger were a couple of those. When I went to the rooms of AA as an adult, it opened my mind to starting to think about beyond just the material world, right? To think about a higher power. And that search for a higher power, it eventually brought me to a better understanding of love. And this is what I mean. God and love go together.
Jack, when you say you separated from the world and you used to pay bills, I'm not trying to like, don't you still pay rent if someone comes smashing through your window? Aren't you going to call the local police? Aren't you just isolated at this point and therefore more dependent on everything than you were before?
Well, my eyes have been open to the interdependency, right? I mentioned it earlier. I see the evidence of others all around me. Despite my
Who is that?
Sabalba.
Is it really?
Dude. Yeah,
He shook his head. No.
It was you, brother.
The answer to your first question, how did he fuck up having you here?
Right, that's the truth. That could have been my answer.
And Twine, what do you think about Taylor's cowboy hat?
Taylor's cowboy's hat. So I'm guessing you're talking about Dusty. I love cowboy hats. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks good.
Who looks more conservative, me or Spin City?
Conservative.
Wait, that was not my mic. That was
I think
mic.
Just forget he's a fake ass cowboy. I mean,
I am a fake cowboy. But the question was, who looks more
conservatives? In my opinion, conservatives look pretty. They don't look like they care about their image too much a lot of the times. And it looks like you guys take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
You look like you care about your image. You really want to be seen as conservative.
Like he does his hair, or he looks like he has product in his hair. It looks good. Looks like
it's a long procedure. It's hours a day. I have professionals come over, hair and makeup. I don't act like I'm conservative. Great. What the?
Oh, my camera. I'm sorry. Really sorry about that. This camera, man. No, that was
good.
Legit.
Lord, Grace.
Really, that could have been way worse. Sorry about that. That's not appropriate. I'm sorry. That's the second time I've done that. The first time was with Cooley.
Yeah, I would consider that. That doesn't seem like.
I gotta stop messing with.
Just wants attention.
Sorry about that.
What's wrong, Paul? Can you please hold her?
Anybody that comes up here with trying to be a fake ass cowboy is either looking for attention or needs some more SSRIs.
So I'm encouraged, since we have a full front and backstage area. I'm gonna encourage folks, if you have little to nothing to add, questions, comments, concerns, ideas, to please see your way out.
So what are we adding? No, let me talk about this cowboy thing, right? Because when you're a cowboy, you're suddenly the one that is not just controlling the situation, but you also know where you're not going to be. And so I think it's bullshit to come up with the Make America Great background and say, oh, well, if you're a cowboy, but we all know that Scotty Too Hottie up here, if you're not saying nice things about Donald Trump, he's suddenly going to be your worst enemy. And so I don't totally get that, because your guy's killing kids in Iran. My guy isn't. Right? That's a
Who's
huge
your guy,
difference,
Doc?
buddy.
Who's your guy? Gavin Newsom?
My guy, whoever is actually running the show, right?
Can I stop you? We're doing it again. We're doing it again. We're sounding like a bunch of easily manipulatable peasant slaves, okay? Both sides are doing literally the same exact shit. They're starting wars around the world for central banking systems that run the corporation called United States. That's where all the debt is to. That's where all their funding is from. And they're both sides are using statute, policy, and code to take your rights and property. So we need to kind of stop the infighting because it's part of a decades, 100 years, 1,000 years long plan of divide and conquer.
Okay,
Right.
I'll give you content. What rights are being taken away in this country? In this country, what rights have
you
been
literally over the past few months have had multiple United States citizens gunned down or taken into custody without due process because they were presumed to be illegals.
Oh my God!
You
I
have
am
folks.
so
You have.
tired of
Excuse
hearing
me.
about
I'm still
due
answering your question. Still answering your question. You have taxation with or without representation on supposed private property to use said property. If you don't pay the corporation, they're going to come take your property. So you no longer have a right to own property. You have many folks on many states who cannot bear arms. They will actually be thrown in a box and criminalized for attempting to defend themselves. Okay. You have many folks who are deemed to be unfit to even engage in their natural rights. Taylor's one of them. And while I may disagree with him, I don't support the idea of labeling him for his transgressions and then taking a supposed God-given right from him when he lives on a land where that's legal and lawful, right? So I could go on, but it's laughable at this point. You don't have a right to travel anymore because you got to license it yourself to the state and register your property and pay them to use your property. It could be argued you don't have a right to speak freely because they will use the corporations they're lobbying with to shadow ban you and to marginalize you and potentially criminalize you. Folks have had agents show up at their door for what they've said on Facebook.
I'd like to get in here too.
Okay, go ahead, Jack.
The most obvious one that to me, the right that's being denied us is the right to the truth. We've got hypocrites and liars in office and the media and the CIA and all these three-letter agencies, the alphabet agencies that our tax dollars go to create. This espionage and legal secrecy has the world in perpetual war. What do you think of that, Spin City?
Okay, I will go back to the first libtard. There are no rights being taken away from anyone.
This is the irony of it. This is the irony of it. Since you want to, no, I'm not going to hold on. Since you want to name call and you want to show your indoctrination, I'm not a liberal. I'm not a leftist. Okay, I was a person who went to jail for not wearing masks, and
let's hear his response so that we can push back on it.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick about, like, you're not a patriot, you're not an American if you see people like John Kiriakou, veterans like Jack Talcott,
it's great,
right,
Kiriakou
as appeared on Don Lemon. If you see, Sean Ryan Jocko, and even if you don't agree with their beliefs, you don't say, I just want to fucking love you guys for everything, right? I just want to love you. That's all I want at this point. And so these turncoat motherfuckers that think patriotism is about being hateful, go fuck yourself, right?
It's even worse than that. Folks who think that American patriotism is about supporting one side or the other of statism, and as I just said, policy and code overriding their God-given rights, is extremely abused and confused.
I really want to hear from the guy who thinks the word libtard.
I got it, Ben. We got it. I got it.
So 2016.
Okay, are we ready to not be
retro?
butthurt and give
I'm
my
just
response?
providing some context for how ridiculous you're going to look and sound.
Turn your mic up, Scott.
Hold on a second.
Say something quickly. I mean, we're dealing with geopolitics at the moment, right? Because if there was a World War III, we would all be dealing with it around the world. That's why it's called World War fucking III.
Is that better, Dusty?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I am so sick and tired of hearing about due process. Okay.
Why?
I'm sure you are.
I am
Why?
so sick.
Did any of us bring that up here?
I actually did, yeah.
Oh,
we
actually,
did.
yes, you did. Yes,
We
you
did.
did. Right.
Okay.
Because
So I started
mass
to, and then I
agents
was
of the state are
backstage.
kidnapping people. Wait. So you're against You don't want to hear about due process, but we're
They get
talking
due
about
process.
we're talking about masked agents of the state going in our streets, neighborhoods, and kidnapping people.
Kidnapping people. Okay.
Yes. Not all
your
illegal.
Your daddy brags about being the father of the vax and lockdowns. He still to this day says that was us. We did it. I don't forget it. And you're calling me and others libtards?
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't want to be locked down and told to vax in order to engage in our livelihood and our rights and freedom?
Okay, you asked me to respond. I'm trying to respond, right?
I identify as a
Is
libtard.
that not? Is that not? You asked me to respond. Now I'm being talked over.
Sure, go ahead and explain to me how we're libtards because we don't want to be told by the state to lock down and that we can't do business without taking 14 shots.
Let him,
14 shots. Are we talking? Are we talking about the COVID stuff?
Are you confused or are you pretending to be confused because you know how ridiculous this looks and sounds?
Oh, I'm by no means confused.
Tell me how you're a Republican again and for rights and freedom and principles and spiritual faith in God and all the things that Founder stood for that Donnie doesn't, that you vote for and suck off for. Please.
Who said I voted for it?
Please.
Let's establish that first.
You're begging for it. You love it. You're venerating it. You're worshiping it. You're idol worshiping, right? In front of God and all of creation.
Due process. That is what sparked my interest.
Let's hear.
You're going to deflect. I thought so. Go ahead.
Please. Let's.
Turns out you're the only libtard here, and you're the last to know. Go ahead, sir.
Let him explain due process, please.
The people that are arrested, or as you or people on this panel have thrown out there that are being kidnapped. Okay.
I said that, yeah.
I know. I was not pointing anybody else, Jack.
Please. Sorry for the interruption.
No, it's fine. They are getting due process. They are getting arrested. They are seeing a federal magistrate. They are being determined that they are not in this country. They are not in this country legally. I know that for 110% fact.
And you know that there's every time it's working like you're saying.
I can't allude to that. I know what I know is fact.
Of course it's not. And he's proving he doesn't understand due process because before the arrest, you're supposed to have a warrant and there's supposed to be a sign off where there's reasonable articulable suspicion and a claim that criminality has occurred. If you didn't observe that and that's not happening, then you have violated due process because you've already taken somebody's freedom by the time they went to see the damn magistrate.
Okay, and the people, but the people that are here legally, that are U.S. citizens, are released.
It's not true. You're lying. You're coping. You're in denial.
Spin.
First of all, I'm evidence of it. My life and other people who I deal with privately, daily, regularly, is evidence of it. They don't follow due process with the damn citizens of this nation.
I don't disagree with that totally. No.
Okay, so we can find some common ground here. The collectivism, the fascism, the statism is completely out of control. It's taken over and it's infiltrated both sides. Two wings of the same bird.
Please.
I can define it if that's what if Jack is along for the ride, but I have to defer to him because this is his platform.
It is, and that's why. And when Jack talked, I shut up.
You know, I do appreciate that.
That is called respect.
And we can, these topics, okay, fascism, Paul, I'm assuming what would come out is when the state and corporate align. And that's exactly what has happened right now. Our U.S. government is basically an arms dealer. They're representatives for the weapons manufacturer, the CIA, the FBI. They've always got to generate enemies, right? Whether real or imagined, they got jobs to protect.
That is in every party, Jack.
Okay, so that's fine. Thank you. This is where Pac and Jack are coming from. This party system, the left-right divide, we got to do better. Better is waiting for us.
Respectfully, Jack, who started the divide?
Greed. The greedy did. The greedy started.
Well, in history, we could argue the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists because that
Zach,
was
what's
a
woman. What is a woman?
What the hell are you doing?
Well, I'll engage him. Can we? Let's take him down. Let's take him down his road, Jack. Let's take him down his road.
They got
It
different
goes
parts.
along with
Talk
the
about all of
fact
them.
in my mind, it goes along
the TV,
with
Dad.
the fact
Answer
of
the question.
that people are not getting due process. I have already said, yes, there are people out there, American or non-American, that are not getting full due process. I don't disagree with that. Isn't that what I said?
Right. So again, we're back to square one. Square one, my initial statement was my initial statement. You were in ardent disagreement with it. And it turns out the more we go down the road with you, the more we're going to find common ground and unity here, if you're being honest with yourself and others.
I am not afraid to have common ground with any side of the owl.
Sure,
Scott,
but then how
many
is it
hours of
relevant?
Fox News do you freebase on a daily basis?
I didn't hear you, Ben.
How many hours of Fox News do you consume daily?
0.
Okay.
Okay,
How about Matt Walsh?
Matt, how about
0.
Daily Wire content?
0.
How about Crowder?
Jack, can I ask you a question?
What is your
Zimbabwe, your noise, man. Your noise.
Can I ask you a question?
We can never go anywhere with these formats of broadcast because we start to go down a road and it's like side trail, sign, light,
Jack,
accident, train wreck.
Let's hear Bulba's question, please, if he can get it through.
I'm scared of you of the caliphate. What? How scared are you?
How
Are you
scared are
drunk
you of the
again,
caliphate?
Dude,
I don't even understand what you even said.
He asked
How
him
scared
if
are
I'm-
you of the caliphate?
Yeah. Are you drunk again today, here and now? No, that's a sober thought.
That was a great question that Sean Hannity told you to ask. So, the caliphate wasn't locking everyone down and vaxing everyone. Again, this is a simple sort of, you could just substitute that answer for like every one of those type of questions. Works out well.
I dropped Bulba because of that audio. There's something going on with your mic, dude. It keeps popping and hissing, and if that's a sober thought from you, dude, seriously,
we're in trouble here as life and death coaches. Yeah, we got our work cut out for us.
I apologize. I am not familiar with the term caliphate, so I'm trying to.
Doesn't surprise me. More things you don't know.
Islamophobic.
I don't know it either.
It's IDF Islamophobic propaganda.
Okay, I believe there is no room for Islam in America. Does that
There it
mean
is. So you don't know what it is, but
Yes.
you're spouting the
Makes you
propaganda you've been
Okay,
uploaded with. That's even better.
First of all, Ben explained to me exactly what it was. So I got the definition, and in my belief, I do not believe there is room for Islam in America.
And I just said that that's Islamophobic.
Okay, but this is another place where you're antithetical to the founding fathers' precepts and principles, because this is supposed to be a nation of a freedom of religion. Remember that one in 8th grade? We're gonna go back to 8th grade here.
I believe that they got a space in the middle of Times Square. Do I
Right.
agree
So
with
again,
it?
your
No.
presumption that Islam is equal to quote unquote terrorism is based in propaganda, right? There are billions of Islamic folks all over this world, and the majority of them are not engaged in the activity that you think they are.
That's
Because again,
IDF
you're-
Hasbara that you're
right. So part of America is the principle of freedom and rights, and everyone is equal under the law, right? So we can stop dolts like you from doing supposed democracy and getting thousands of other dolts together and putting people into slavery for their cultural perspectives that they've been uploaded with, right? That's why this was a republic and not a democracy.
I have not seen any slavery since I've been alive.
Yeah, well, part of the issue with mind control is you don't know you're under it when you're under it. That's why it's mind control, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they do the thinking for
let
you.
me-
Can I ask a question real quick? Just interject.
Can I just real quick? Can we stay on one thing for more than like 5 seconds? The ADHD, even for me, is out of control here. So if we go back to ancient Egypt, one of the pharaohs defined slavery for all of us, and it's a great reference point, as giving at least 20% of what you make to what was deemed the state at the time, right? Because you didn't have an actual claim on the product of your own labor. That's what made it slavery. We've doubled and tripled that, sir, as a standard. So not only is the slavery here, it's by thousands of year old definition that is objectively logical. If you don't have a claim of ownership on all that you produce in value without someone else redirecting it, you are by definition somebody's slave. You're working for their ends.
Paul, I don't think anyone here is making a net contribution to the economy. Let's be honest. No one's here is really paying taxes.
You could argue that the majority of the panelverse gets no value or income. So
The majority
there's
of the
no taxes
panelverse
to
is in
pay.
fact getting money from the government.
Yeah, we're more net drains.
Subsidized.
That is a potentiality. I don't deny that.
Yeah, right.
Statists and fascists do love to live off the state and get the benefits and privileges that they,
Why don't we
beg
say
for
we?
and cheer
Why don't we
for.
say
You know what?
we?
You know what? That is very.
Because I don't do that.
That is very triggering.
That's not me, actually.
Jack, can I have a minute and a half to explain why that is triggering to me?
Triggered. That's a libtard word.
It's fact.
It's
human. It's fact.
Facts don't care about your feelings, Grace.
Let him
Eventually, you're up.
Let him go.
You got too many cooks in the kitchen.
No. Go ahead, Spin City. Thank you.
I do not draw anything off the government. I sit on 4 wheels every day. Not that I have not tried to get help. I am not eligible. Because as they say, I can be a fucking Walmart greeter. Okay? I do not draw disability.
That's true. Get a job.
I have one.
Please.
So why do
What do you
need
mean
the
you
government
sit on
money?
4 wheels every day?
Let him-
What does that mean?
He's
Would you
paralyzed.
like? Would you like?
Oh, I thought you meant RV.
You're in a
No, you're
wheelchair.
paralyzed?
I didn't
is
hear
that
you, Jack. I apologize.
Yeah, so
It sounds like it appears you're in a wheelchair.
Yes, the rest of my life.
God
For
bless you.
defending the state of Pennsylvania and the citizens of Pennsylvania.
from what exactly? I don't remember there being an invasion on Pennsylvania.
Well,
Curious.
Larry Flint was in a wheelchair too.
Can we try as a general rule to let like myself and Jack create some kind of order and direction here and not just all keep piping in, chiming in, and
I
just,
like where you guys are going. Yes. Sorry.
yeah, like believe it or not, we could take it somewhere if we could help ourselves help each other here.
Okay, I'll be blatant. I sit in a wheelchair every day. I was a firefighter paramedic that has a master's degree in paramedicine. I made a complacent decision and I ended up where I am.
Okay, but that was in the line
But
of service.
but the comment was made about drawing off the system, correct?
Right. So I just want to be clear. So in the line of service of you doing paramedic firefighter work, you were injured.
Yes.
Okay, then that's a
I
whole
also
different.
did it in complacency. Yes.
Okay, that's a whole different idea, right? That you're
That
in
is not an
selfless.
That
You're
is
in-
not a different ideation.
If I could just finish, from my perspective, I'm just being clear. That's selfless service. I don't equate that to centralized authoritarianism and militarism, right? That's a whole different
Okay, but
idea. So
as Ben said, there are sort of fashions of daily life that we are a slave to the system. We have to pay taxes. I don't disagree with that.
Okay. Can I just ask you? You said you were passive in the line of duty. Does that mean the reason you're handicapped is because you made a mistake?
Complacent.
What does that mean?
What is what does that
How do you
mean?
get handicapped from being complacent?
Being complacent is doing something the same way every day and not thinking about it, right?
God bless you.
Not necessarily.
No, I get it. Into routine, into habit, maybe lack of attention, perhaps something happened. And
Yes. I picked up a
So Spin City,
I picked up a bariatric patient by myself.
So like a 500 pounder?
Around that, yes.
I've picked up a few of them.
Okay.
Well, that just seems stupid.
Well, here.
That's
maybe
what complacency is, being stupid.
Yeah. Doing nothing.
You weren't doing it according to the routine, because I'm pretty sure they don't tell firefighters to pick up bariatrics by themselves.
What they tell you in school and what the job really is completely different. I'll give you a line from my instructor. Whatever I'm going to teach you, I have to teach you out of this book. Whatever you're going to run into in real life is completely and totally different than what you will ever experience, and that I can teach you from that book.
So did you pick the
in
person
other
up?
words, forget it.
You picked the
Forget
person
what
up and then what, fell downstairs with them or something?
No, I cracked my lower back. My spine, a spine is supposed to sit this way. Mine sits this way.
Because you attempted to lift someone 500 pounds.
Here, please.
For
Please.
very damn good reason, yes.
But so regardless, an injury was sustained and if I heard you correctly, your evidence of today, maybe you've fallen through the cracks.
Yes, I fall through all the cracks for anything.
I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. As a man,
Don't you get benefits?
Sorry to hear that.
I get a pension. I was medically retired. I get a pension.
Shouldn't you be grateful that you made a mistake and you are getting paid for it? I don't understand the bitterness.
The bitterness is what I get in my pension is less than my mortgage payment.
But you did something stupid and you are being paid monthly for it.
That wasn't my decision.
To do something stupid?
Oh, it wasn't a conscious decision that I did something stupid.
The result.
You made an unconscious decision to do something stupid?
Ben, the results are often out of our hands. I can understand being on the job, doing something you've probably done before, pushing your body, going through the motions, but yeah, the results are out of our hands. These spontaneous injuries, especially in the workplace, the rules are stacked against the workers. Okay.
Absolutely.
And well, this
the
is
rules.
why
There's no way the rules said for him to pick up a 500-pound person. No way.
Maybe it was the circumstances. Maybe it would have taken
circumstance.
longer or, too long to get others. Maybe they could have had more support on hand at the time, and then that choice wouldn't have even been considered.
When I'll give you a taste of the scenario. Maybe it'll help you understand. The person was in between a door and a bathtub, was having a major MI.
What's that?
Monitor everything. I had to move her. I didn't have a choice.
What's an MI?
Myocardial infarction or heart attack. She was having the widowmaker.
Okay.
Per all of my instruments and my I don't know how exactly to say it. My experience.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I had to move her. I didn't have a choice.
Why?
I no offense, and I'm not trying to be a bigot. I had a partner that weighed about 110 pounds soaking wet. There was nothing or very little that she could do to help.
Yeah.
I made a decision that I am now paying for.
But couldn't you just have said, like, given the circumstances, I can't do anything here?
No, because I could have.
And to show you how much of a libtard I'm not.
Make the situation worse.
The difference between
the rest of your life.
There is ethical, moral, and professional responsibilities. If I think that I can do something to help someone, I legally have to do it.
Right. So let's touch on it because
there is no ethics involved.
But we're moving past it. And you even
not like possible to do this.
Please, Pack, go ahead.
Just let him go. Just let him keep going. And
Well, I
and
don't
do
think
the
a
interrogatory.
firefighter would be legally required to rescue anyone if doing so would be unsafe or beyond their capacity.
Yeah, that's
It's
called
about
being
it's about
Tell you what.
it's a reasonable responsibility.
Okay, are we
Right.
going through this to find blame? Is that what we're doing?
No,
I'm just
Ben
wondering what the
said to me,
bitterness is
Jack,
for. He did
Well,
something stupid.
Ben
that
said to
caused
me,
him to
I'm
become
getting
handicapped.
paid for my mistake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am responding to that comment.
I understand.
If I may,
that.
sir.
I
If I may.
understand. I
Okay.
get it. And
So I am not being paid for my mistake.
uh-huh.
I
part of the
put
issue.
the money into that pension. So I am drawing my pension. I am not, I could, yes, very well be considered in the department's eyes or in the union's eyes as permanently disabled. Disability when was a quarter of less of what I get. So I opted to take my pension.
Okay, so you disability meaning government money.
Yes.
Okay, so you were offered government money and you declined it for like prudential
I was
reasons.
offered both. My pension brings me more money than the United States government would ever be able to pay me at that point in time.
Right. So just to go back, you said that I was a liberal, but you used the term bigoted to point out what should be obvious to everyone. And I think we should take the stance that there shouldn't have been a female firefighter there next to you who was not able-bodied enough to give you assistance.
Wait. Let me tell you something that I know for a fact. A female will outwork a male any given day, and don't ever underestimate a female.
I'm
But
not
wait a
saying
second.
that they're
You're
not.
saying you don't take government money, but you're a
I almost
firefighter,
got to a
so your
point.
pension
Thank you, Ben.
is government money. You are
Can I
drawing
address
on
He
the,
government
can't
money.
control himself in many aspects of his life. I mean, it doesn't matter how many times that we
I pay
try to
taxes.
refocus him.
Hold on, guys. Can I do this and then you guys can squabble? Fourth Wiseman drops in 10 bucks. Says, I stack the
He
rules
has
for
the most
employees.
important
The goal
take in the
is
room. We
simple.
know that.
Okay, Paul can't let anybody else talk. He's quite rude constantly.
Well, I'm supposed to be co-hosting
Go ahead,
here. I've
Paul.
yet to be
Go
able
ahead,
to go
Paul.
down any road, and I don't think Jack has either because it's just a fuck fest here as always.
It is. But I did bring that up for Dusty. Please let him get
Thank you,
through it.
Jack. I stack the rules for employees. The goal is simple. Just get along and go along and reap the rewards along the journey. It's not complicated, but doing otherwise gets no one anywhere. Check mark. Thank you for the contribution, Fourth Wise Man. I'm not really sure if I know what that means.
I just don't understand why Scott shouldn't be, because Jack, you talk about gratitude, the right attitude. I don't know. Scott is bitter.
You're hearing that. You're
and angry.
That's you.
And I think he should
You're
be grateful
hearing.
because he is now rewarded for his stupidity
Ben,
with taxpayer money indirectly. Yes.
Ben, holy shit, dude.
I am not bitter. I am not bitter by any means. My pension is what I put into it. It is not federally funded.
Great. You've said that.
When you contribute to the pension, isn't that government money that you're contributing to?
Ben, it's his retirement.
Work for the government.
What the fuck are you doing, dude? Seriously.
Fine. Okay. He doesn't work for the government. Okay.
I mean, I don't understand what you're doing. He works for the government, whatever, the state. He put in for a pension. He made a choice on the job. He's injured, dealing with the real life injury for as long as he does. Sure. And it sounds like there's better compensation from the normal pension he was offered as an employee than support from the state and the
which
and the federal. But
if I may just touch on that one more minute, Jack. I am not eligible for any type of government or federal government assistance, which God knows that I would, in any normal circumstance, or somebody that would become disabled would qualify for. I'm not bitter. I am a big offender that I do not want government assistance. I do not want to become a statistic of the system.
Okay.
I believe there are other people out there that need it more than me. Even if I were to be eligible for that assistance, I would not take it.
But what I'm saying is, where is the
That
shame?
sounds like
You are
self-sabotage.
handicapped because of your stupidity. Why
Yeah.
don't you show some shame
Wow.
for that instead
Ben,
of saying,
Ben,
"Oh, here's all the
hold
ways
on,
that I'm
dude.
not
No,
bleaching."
dude, hold on. You know what, Ben? Go think about those fucking words. Hey, fellow human being, why aren't you carrying shame for your past? Why aren't you dealing with shame? How dare you be happy and satisfied with what you've got?
Look, let me use an example, because I'll turn this towards myself, Jack, because I understand, like, where's the mirror? Okay, I'm now in the process of wrapping up a 33-month-long divorce, and that is a shame that I got myself to a situation like that. I don't ask for people's sympathy. Like, I got involved with this, mentally ill person. That's on me. Like, I'm not sitting here going, why doesn't the government give me compensation? Why do I have to have this legacy?
And your only mistake is getting involved with the wrong people. That's what you say.
Again, whoever in a corporate capacity dispatched a 110-pound woman as a partner to him in order to deal with whatever that issue was,
my choice,
under-equipped them, and in a way, indirectly may have forced them to go outside the capacity of which they were trained for or able to complete the task.
No, he's
resulting in.
he didn't
I
have
was
to do it.
almost
Watch
finished.
too many
I was
Superman
almost
movies.
finished.
So you're sitting here trying to tell me I should feel shameful for putting Narcan up people's fucking noses and bringing them back to life.
No,
there's a principle
No,
where,
not
like,
trying to lift a 500-pound person when you're obviously out of shape.
Again, this is a very simple idea. It shouldn't take this much for us to get it. Whoever dispatched that, whoever the chain of command was who did that, was derelict in their duty. They were either willfully or
he could let them have a heart attack.
or unwillfully negligent, leading.
But he thought he watched too many Superman movies.
Hey, Ben, shut up so someone can finish a
Well,
statement.
he's got the best idea in the room at all times. Don't you understand, Jack? It must be tough living
guys,
that
wait,
way,
can I
right?
just say something? Do we all agree with the principle that, like, if a police officer enters a dangerous situation where he doesn't have enough safety and he doesn't have backup to help someone, that can sometimes be the wrong thing to do because he's not protecting himself.
Yeah, firefighters aren't supposed to go into burning buildings where it's about to crash down. They just go, whatever. People die, they die.
So even if you want to help someone, sometimes you can do the wrong thing. Like if a police officer endangers himself and gets shot and doesn't follow protocol and his kids no longer have a father, he did the wrong thing.
Stupid.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. I'm going to bring up.
Well, cops always.
AVG is a real woman, by the way. I've seen her on other panels.
Thank you for your patience and welcome.
Thank you for having me. Yeah. No worries. I get it. I'm new. It's all good.
You mentioned in the back you may have some perspectives that can bring some support.
Well, it depends on what we want to talk about, Jack. Like, I did employment law for a significant amount of time, so I'm familiar with workers' comp legislation. I currently do civil litigation, specializing in like product liability and small claims court matters. So,
in Canada,
in the filthy country of Canada.
You're a Canadian lawyer. You're a broken lawyer.
Fellow Canadian.
Very cool. I'm not an attorney, but I was a labor guy, a union guy for a number of years, and I spent a lot of time looking into employment rights and such like that. And it does sound like there's, as Paul was saying, there's certainly sounds like there is some sort of responsibility and culpability on the employer beyond just the basic pension results.
Respectfully, I don't pick my partners. They were given to me.
Right.
Not my responsibility.
Right. It's the boss's job.
But you have no problem with women being firefighters.
No, not at all.
Okay, so then you don't disagree with the situation you were put in.
Well, I have a problem with women being firefighters.
You're once again more liberal than I am, sir, by the way. I find it ironic that you started off calling me a libtard because
it's not
here
my
you are
job
saying that
to care who
women
my
are equal. Women are equal
not
under
my
the law.
job.
They're not equal in ability, and we have to accept that, right? That's just, and I'm not saying in all places. I'm saying in certain places. We can't dispatch a 110-pound woman to do what a man is designed to do. Even a man who has to be in peak physical condition. I'll tell you right now, don't dispatch me to do what a firefighter needs to do because it ain't going to get done. You may have a better luck at
Me
this
neither. I'll
point.
fall right off the ladder. Yeah.
Right.
And I just
So-
wanted to come up to say one thing, guys. You all should be ashamed for hanging around on the bottom of YouTube.
Yeah. Says the guy at the bottom of YouTube.
I'm the toy.
Let's not use that word. Yes.
A video on
Oh,
that.
yeah. No,
Get triggered.
the libtard gets triggered on that one.
So assuming that that's true, right? Like assuming that we all accept that there's different physical limitations, what does everybody think of the ECFT being modified and still having a relatively high failure rate for female soldiers in the United States?
The what?
What
the
was
ACFT
modified?
is the basic training test for the Army. Fitness test.
That doesn't surprise me. Even when I was going in, they were changing the testing and the standards. And when I enlisted, it was in 91. They were trying to turn the Army into a kinder, more respectful organization. But since then, I've heard a lot of things, rumors about, a lot of gang members going in, and things are changing. I don't know enough about that question, but I do know that we have the opportunity to change what it means to serve our nation and our government. We can repurpose the military.
I don't know why women can't play like super important roles in police and firefighting. Some of the best dispatchers I've ever talked to are women. Women are really good at arranging like secretarial work. Women are great nurses. I hate when a dude comes up to me in the hospital and wants to touch me. Bro, like, give me a beautiful woman, right? Like, and they're so like, there's huge roles in the military for women.
Who is that?
I agree. I feel like women are better at also at like kind of managing the emotion of the person on the phone or something.
Yeah.
Like with cops, you know what's great with cops? If you have to frisk a woman,
Nothing.
they'll bring a woman cop over
When they get shot.
Well, but I mean, like as backup, if you have this woman saying he's touching me, you bring a woman over and she'll go like, "Listen, sister, shut up. I got to frisk you." It makes sense.
Well, you guys have seen the Afro Man trial, I presume, recently with the female cop that was. Jack's seen it. You haven't, honestly, guys? Only Jack's seen it?
Jack, can I make a comment, please?
Thumbnails.
Jack, may I make a comment?
Please do. Go ahead.
Back on the firefighter paramedic thing, and I don't want to digress. I want to progress here, right? When somebody's having a medical problem or your house is ablaze, who are you going to call? 911, right?
Yeah.
So I should be shameful for wanting to help people.
Well,
If you're being imprudent, yes.
Spin, you have a master's in paramedicine.
I do.
Why would you do that? I mean,
why would I do what, Grace?
You're an advanced medical professional. Why would you
Yes.
attempt to lift someone that you can't lift? It doesn't make any sense.
At the time, in my mind, or excuse me, in my conscious mind, if I could save your life, let me use a little bit of semantics for a second. Grace, may I pick on you for just a second? I respect you very highly, but may I pick on you for just a second?
Yeah, sure.
Put yourself in the position of the person that was stuck in between a door and a toilet. And you are roughly her age without knowing. I'm assuming. Okay.
Okay.
And you have your whole life ahead of you.
Well, not really if I'm morbidly obese, but okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a few years.
Okay, forget about the morbidly obese part for a second.
Spin City. Sorry, just I'm not your lawyer. I haven't been retained by you, but like, if you plan on making a claim for anything in relation to this, I would be very careful about whether or not you admit that you knew or ought to have known that something would be risky and would have resulted in injury, but then proceed to admit that on live internet television. I'm just saying.
I mean, if you're Grace's age and you're having
not legal advice, you haven't been,
Well, here's how I see it. There's two options. Either you were forced to pick her up, which is not true, or you chose to pick her up and you chose to endanger yourself, and therefore you should be like totally fine with the consequences.
I have never said that I am not fine with the consequences of my complacent mistake.
Yep. I didn't hear any of that.
AVG, this was 2013.
The Limitations Act has passed.
Well, no, because when we started talking about taking money from the government, you said I was injured in the line of service and the government won't give me any money, which sounds like you're complaining.
You were incompetent. You were incompetent.
I'm not complaining.
You shouldn't have had that position.
In
You were
referencing the
incompetent.
point that
Holy
there was a
shit.
comment said that
Took the words right out of my mouth, Jack.
I didn't hear you, Jack.
You were
I'm sorry.
incompetent for the job.
Ben.
You were not mature
Ben.
enough.
Hey, Ben. Ben. Please stop
Okay.
repeating
All right,
that.
okay.
Okay, you keep
Tell me-
deflecting, you keep returning to blame, and you're kind of missing the point. It's
Okay.
fascinating, but it's really frustrating.
What I said, like, I don't cry that I'm in this.
I am
ridiculous
unfit for
divorce.
the job. Let me ask you
I don't want
something,
the government to
dickhead.
give me money.
Let me
and
ask you
sit there.
something,
Hey,
dickhead.
Ben,
Now you
please.
pissed me off.
Ooh, what are
Let's-
you gonna do?
You know
Roll
what?
on over in your wheelchair?
Why don't you take a
What
break?
the fuck did he just say to me?
He was calling you out for being in a wheelchair. He was poking low.
Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit.
I know.
You know what? Go out and do my fucking job, you fucking inbred motherfucker.
Oh, please take a breath. Okay,
Go
brother?
do my job.
Please
Make
take
the
a
same
breath.
mistakes.
Take a
See where
breath.
you fucking land.
I'm
Please.
in a wheelchair.
Hey, Dusty.
Thank you, Fourth Wiseman, and thank you, Jack. Whenever there's a fire that needs extinguished that's too large to do myself, I just call my friends who park a large dark cloud above it and let it rain, baby, rain. I think that's, God. I think he's calling God there.
Well, no, you were asking me to curse your channel last night, plus day, so you could get more donations.
You're the man.
Might be working.
Isn't that a hex?
Here, Spin
No, it's
City.
just that he has more dark power in his essence than I do. And I thought I was the worst.
Jack, if
Me?
you will bring that piece of garbage back up here and let me
Please.
face him. Let
No,
me face
I,
him.
I will. However, when you take a breath, okay?
You sit there and call my fucking job. You, Jack, please.
Hello. Hello.
1 minute. 1 minute. That's all I ask.
Jack, my
Hey,
dad said he wants to
Spin City.
apologize. If you
Let's
want.
not enable chaos and disagreements.
I'd like to offer an apology in the Greek sense, apologia, explanation.
There's no explanation to sit here and belittle or begrudge somebody because of a decision they fucking made. You go out and do it. You go to the indoctrinated college that I went to, and you go out there and get a fucking medical license, and you deal with the shit that I dealt with every fucking day for 26 and a half years. And let me tell you something. I am not happy that I'm sitting in this fucking chair. I am nowhere happy. It has fucking destroyed my bigger life's goals. But you know
What are
what?
those?
It makes no difference. It makes no fucking difference. Yeah, you can drive a car without hand controls. You can walk into a fucking store. Guess what? I can roll into a store. I can still drive a vehicle. But you know what? That doesn't make you any better than fucking me.
Well, I mean, in certain
if I can-
areas, I can do things you can't do.
If I can ask what puts
Name
you in a
one.
wheelchair,
Other
brother.
than walk, fuck asshole.
Name
one.
Like
please calm
pretty
down.
much everything. That's why it's
Pretty
called
much
handicapped.
anything.
I mean,
Oh, really?
I'll tell you what. Calm down.
you have
please.
physical limitations,
What puts
obviously.
you in
I
a
don't-
wheelchair, brother?
I'm sorry, Jack. I'm listening to you. I am done with this fucking human waste of fucking
Right,
garbage.
right. So please, let go.
I
of
appreciate
your
your honesty.
names.
I think it's
And Ben,
a lot of
for the
people.
love of God, Ben.
Well, I wanted to
please.
apologize. I was trying to apologize.
How can
Ben.
you apologize? How can you apologize to a man that sits in a wheelchair? That just gives me the same thought of
Scott.
everybody you think's in a fucking wheelchair. You will berate and belittle.
Would you
Come out from behind the camera and watch how
You need
fucking
to-
fast that works for
Tell
you.
you what, my friend. You
Oh,
need to
we're gonna
stop
get
as
in a
well.
fight.
You need to stop as well. Okay, Scott.
Yeah, because
Jack,
this
I
is
apologize.
discrimination
With these
against
people.
the handicap.
Jack, I apologize to you and the rest of the panel for my indiscretional, fucking tyrannical bullshit.
If you
But
take
that
right,
just
man.
pissed me off.
take a breath, you'll feel better. I promise you. Let it go. Okay? Because here's the reality. I see the characters on this panel. You guys are all just like me. You're here to trigger people. Chill
No,
out.
I'm here to defend discrimination against the handicapped
Okay.
because I'm in a wheelchair. I'm handicapped.
All right. So you feel discriminated against, or
Whenever the handicapped are attacked because of their lack of ability to motivate themselves physically by their own propulsion, yeah, it's offensive to be belittled, demeaned, or attacked in such a way.
sure, but don't look for those things, especially if they're not there. All right.
Well, slurs against anybody that has to live their life in a wheelchair, because I do.
I
Okay,
understand.
Jack, we're going to solve this right now. Jack, I'm proposing that we do a wheelchair giveaway for all the Panelverse. I think a lot of folks will get more done, actually. Interestingly
What
enough.
about we do wheelchair basketball? You versus Spin City Nudes. You like 1-on-1v1.
bet you
like
never
the
actually
Paralympics.
Hey, Ben,
you
let's
go
stop
again
looking
with
for
your
places to compete.
Or you can try against me, and I'll just
That's still
dunk.
See, we were getting somewhere. We actually were talking about
you
certain
please put your-
issues, certain ideas.
Motherfucker.
You know, we were exploring experiences,
just
and
make a
now we're
point?
back to surface level, shallow competitions,
Can I make a point?
disagreements.
I'm sure
Ben,
Spin
you've been making a lot of points.
You haven't stopped. That's the thing.
I'll be
It's
quiet.
a one-man freak show here.
I'll be quiet.
Like, we get it.
What about due process? We had like a decent conversation going about due process, and then it kind of got derailed.
I mean, I feel like a light wheelchair joke is okay. The guy named himself Spin City.
Fair enough.
Hey, Grace, that's not really helping. I mean, you're making a point, but it's not the most helpful comment. That
Wheelchair jokes are fun.
you could choose better.
I mean, if you're in a wheelchair for life, I feel like at a certain point you got to be able to take.
Let's
a
get
wheelchair
real. You're not a
joke. It's-
Right, he's trying to have fun with it and cope and make the best of it. You insulting him for it and pointing
Not
things
really.
out
He
that
said it
limit
was a
him is not.
slur. I mean,
Okay, guys, are we really? You're now taking after your father, where he had to define what sense he meant apology because he's never apologized once in his life, right? That was very sort of
Grace,
revealing and evident of who he is.
Grace, respectfully, do you share the same opinion as that fucking human piece of garbage over there?
Be polite.
what
I don't
opinion
think
would that be?
wheelchair people should be dealt with like special care because they're in a wheelchair. They're just people. Give me a break. People in wheelchairs are jerks and idiots and slobs and
Right.
like
You
everybody else.
don't treat people very kindly, it seems. Seriously.
I said. But I'm sure this guy mouths off 24/7 about how
Ben.
blacks and Native
Okay,
Americans
Ben,
stop
Ben,
complaining.
hold on,
All
hold
he
on.
does is complain because of
Ben.
his special victim status,
Hey,
which he
Ben.
has because
Shit. Once he starts, he doesn't stop, does he?
Yeah, we're gonna have to apologize to him in the Vlad the Impaler sense soon, Jack. You get where I'm going? We may have to make an example out of him.
Vlad the Impaler sense be.
Can we not have the ladies on the panel blocked by the logo? Thank you.
Well, I didn't know, Grace. She wasn't on camera
I don't
before.
mind.
Put
Fine.
OTW
Yeah.
over there. Yeah.
It's fine. I'm just like no makeup, huge glasses. I don't care about.
Paul,
being
was that a death threat?
Paul, you just threatened my life. Vlad
No,
the Impaler is one
no.
of the
To be
greatest
clear, it was a
murderers of all
metaversal
time.
death threat. It, of course,
Paul,
would mean
Paul,
no
can we-
actual harm to you.
Okay, so
I mean an
let me put
online
this to fucking
beheading.
bed right now. Let me
You
put
weren't
this to
threatening
fucking
me.
bed right now. I want no sympathy for decisions that I have made. They're my fucking decisions.
Awesome.
Okay.
Stop crying about it.
Great.
Who's fucking crying about it?
You.
He's not.
Okay,
no,
let's
he's
disengage. Let's not.
He's
Okay, now we're
telling
gonna
the
have to
story.
do like we do
The
with
only
animals
one
and
fucking
children.
crying about is a
Okay, let's
33-month
reset.
fucking
And we have
divorce.
to reset now. Hey,
No,
Scott.
I'm not crying about it.
Hey,
That's
Ben. We got to do now like we do with the children and the animals, right? And the dogs. Please don't look at each other. Don't give each other eye contact and don't engage. Okay?
We can get along.
Yeah, apparently we're not equipped with the tools that we need to engage with each other. So let's avoid engaging with each other for right now, Ben and Scott.
What
We
we
can.
got here is failure to communicate.
Let's engage with the ideas.
You'd be surprised at how many people are really shitty at communicating. Like it's actually a widespread issue.
Oh no, I wouldn't be surprised. I've hosted a panel for a couple years, so
Okay.
I'm well aware.
Yeah, same here.
That's what showed me. But actually, I got to admit, my own life showed me how shitty I was at communicating. Because everywhere I turned, people were not understanding me. And I'll take my part, right? I'm partly to blame because of the way I talk and the things I say. But I've been shown, guys, God is doing something amazing with us. This life we're living, it's filled with unexpected things, right? Spin City got up, went to work one day, was not anticipating the changes he experienced, and now for the rest of his being, he will be, right? And some of that can be avoided, some of it can't be, but once anything happens, we got to find a way to make the most of it, right? So what I see happened is we've got some real nincompoops and some real psychopaths in positions of influence and government here in the world today. And I think it's time to change this stuff. Seriously. Right? There you go, man. Donald Trump, he's going the wrong direction. He's been receiving some bad advice. But we don't have to blame him. We've got to help him. And what's going on in Iran is going to end up affecting all of us. More than
Already is the gas prices.
Jack,
Exactly.
it's affecting us as whatever at the gas pump, and it's affecting us in food. If you have not noticed that you can no longer walk into fucking Walmart and come out with $100 worth of groceries.
Well, you look like you're kind of overweight, so you're fine.
Why don't you shut your fucking mouth?
Oh, is that handicapped?
Wow.
Ben's like caliente today.
Jack, when you look around the panel, who here do you think is suited to help fix the problems that you're seeing?
Certainly not his dumbass.
Nope.
I don't
tell
want to
you what.
change the world. I just want to enjoy the world.
Go out and do
if
it.
you
Get on the
really-
internet.
Ben, think about how much you'd enjoy the world if you were part of changing the world in better
It's
ways.
Depressing.
No, it's depressing to not do anything.
No, it's depressing to try to change the world when you're on YouTube in the bottom of YouTube. That's like
Well, it
suicide
was
fuel,
then.
Jack. It's like total suicide fuel. You're
Hold on, Ben.
filling
Let
up
me
the
do the
tank
money.
all the way up to the brim every day.
Hold on, Ben. Let me do the
Come on,
money.
just have a good
Ben,
time.
we'll come back to that, Ben, please.
Fourth wise man sends in another $10. Says, I rode a wheeled chariot around for 14 months after being busted up. I'd cross the road whenever I desired, and cars would jam on their brakes, guilt tripping, not wanting to hit the wheelchair dude.
Yeah, that's making lemonade out of
lemon.
that's
lemonade. That glass is half full right there.
Dad, I disagree with you. I don't think Jack's suicide fuel. He always brings a smile to my face.
That's true. But I mean, insofar as he's saying, like, we can change the world here, like, and this is a good start. It's just ridiculous. It's funny, but
well, Ben, seriously, think about the change I'm suggesting. I'm simply suggesting that we collectively agree to stop enabling secrecy. Simple as that.
Well, I mean, Jack, you and I are not long for this world. Like, we got a few decades tops, and like, why not just enjoy it?
You just killed Jack.
Wow.
You keep calling everyone else depressing and dark, and everything is that's you, and you're just missing it. Like you're dark, you're so depressing, you're. Yeah, and then the worst part is you claim to be a Christian and a Catholic, and you're like, I just want to enjoy Satan's lot for me here.
All these are like, yeah, you guys didn't change.
What's dark and depressing is believing we're all powerless and meaningless and purposeless here, and just here on an endless pleasure ride to fulfill our looping dysfunctional addictions and never ending desires.
No. I want because see, Jack, I think actually feels like because he's got Zoomer kids who are complaining to him that he didn't change the world and make it good enough for them, right? And I think our generation should say, absolutely, let's make it as bad as possible for you Zoomers. Okay, I'm going to take all the money and spend it. I'm going to run up the debt, and we are going to spend all of that money and leave you with the bill, because you're a bunch of bitches.
Right, like Ben, a tantruming child.
Ben,
like a tantruming child. We're going to self-sabotage and self-destruct so we can show how much daddy and mommy didn't love us by showing how much we don't love ourselves.
Leave
right.
the Zoomer boys with all the bills, and they can cry and bitch
Hey,
all they
Ben,
want.
you need a lot more life coaching or maybe death coaching than I think we can even provide here.
I think Jack can provide.
Guess what? Whenever you are sitting there claiming that you're not long for this world, guess who you're going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Not you.
I'm not going to call you.
You're going to call Jack. Can you get back to Jack?
This is a good time for a dono. Continuing from last post. That was the easy part. The hard part was getting my wheeled chariot wheel stuck in tram lines in Melbourne. I have no idea what that's like. I've never been there.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Ben, are you enjoying life, Ben?
Yes.
Can't you tell?
Can you give me some ideas of how that's manifesting?
Watch this right here. Watch this.
There it is.
Is it by being
having a seizure?
Is it
Smoking a cigarette?
dependent on
If
grace?
if you're a smoker, you've ever been in jail. Smoking a cigarette, you realize, is like a real joy. You know,
So you're now
really
comparing. See,
Your
this is very
enjoyment of life
blue
is
bass,
relegated
please.
to
Your
puffing
mic
a
is
cigarette.
horrible. Personality's not great either.
A lot of people when they smoke.
Ben, you now just compared. Ben, you now just compared your day-to-day life to being in prison, and where folks in prison find joy by self-sabotaging and self-destructing. We might want to look at that.
Yeah,
Might
actually,
be something to look
I'm
at
in
there.
prison.
Perspective that
I'm in
allows you
prison.
to enjoy it.
I'm in prison is valuable. If you realize, like, there's a lot you take for granted, and so when you spend some time in prison, you come out, you realize, like, the fresh air, you know, being able to like do things, and it does make. I think prison is really good for people. I think that most men should, and all women should spend some time.
Is there any way we can send him to prison then and fulfill his wishes? Anyone?
So you would agree that
Taylor,
your
why is he
daughter
free?
should spend
Anyone?
some time in prison?
Oh yes,
really
she
here,
especially should spend. I've been suggesting to her that she gets herself arrested.
Please
Yeah.
pause.
Nope.
I want so it destroys the rest of her life, so she can't do what she wants to do.
How does it destroy
Well,
her life?
going to prison once won't destroy your life.
You could be a little bit louder.
Leftover 5,000 is a good opportunity that doesn't ruin anybody's lives. Just go into a really expensive designer store and take something. You can treat yourself to a few years in prison. There you go.
You're not
Few
going to get years in
years.
prison for stealing a hand.
No, you are. We're gonna have the lawyer woman fill out the forms when we're done with this broadcast.
You have to do
Okay,
Dusty
let's
did.
get back to. Can we get back,
I can hook you up with somebody.
guys? The brows. Can we get back?
You're gonna
No,
have
Paul,
like
wait,
a couple of kilos of.
That was a
You're not
joke.
bringing us
Yeah,
back.
he didn't even get that.
We're not going back, are we?
Paul, no. I
What part of
actually wanted to
pause
respond to
you
something
guys
you
not
said.
understand?
Paul, when you say like it's inspiring to like change the world, you have to
Everything
admit though
about it,
that like it is incredibly depressing to even just try to help one person that you know in your own life. People change so rarely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could put hours and years into a person and it's very unlikely they'll change, let alone the world. No?
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't think the focus should be on the actual change happening. It should be focusing on how we could be better and change who and what we are and what we're doing to like
Personal
ourselves and each other more. Right. I think if we like ourselves and each other more, then the world becomes a better place because we're a part of it, A, and B, because that becomes our regular experience.
That's the purpose. That's the goal. I mean, that's why we're here to learn. We're here to learn how to get along and how to do better. And Humanology, thank you for the contribution. And in favor of a universal prison program. Potentially. Sounds like it. I mean,
universal for women.
Hey, Ben, you're the first person in the program, okay? We're starting it, and you're going to be the first person in.
I've been to prison.
He's already been, to be fair.
Well, you need to go back. I think you need to go back. There's more.
What about my dad's Zoomer concentration
There's more
camp idea? I'm
loving
into that.
learning that can go on there. I think.
I really want to see Paul, Jack, that guy El Perro. I want to see them be part of the Zoomer concentration camp this summer.
Yeah, there's too many prisons and not enough crime.
You want to see a knife fight? That's what you want to see.
No, there's no knife fight. No. Like Zoomer.
How well do you know El Perro?
I don't know him very well.
There might be a knife fight.
Who's he gonna
With
fight?
Lalo?
The Twinks?
I think what everyone's really afraid of is that there's an opportunity to love here, brothers and sisters. Nobody wants to take that opportunity, it seems. Not many.
Lalo's anxious.
Here, I wanted to point out, Lalo, it looks as though a spot has opened up in 3 minutes. I know for you appears like a long time.
Like 3 months just went by.
Suffa, you just got roasted.
Test the patience, and you'll be a better man when you become more patient, Lalo.
See, but Jack, you make fun of him with AD&D, but if I make fun of someone in a wheelchair, I'm a bad person.
Double standards?
Interesting comparison.
That's because ADD is fake, though. At the very least, it's a real physical.
It's a moral
thing
failing.
That he
It's a moral
doesn't- That he
failing.
can't
But
use his legs.
Spin City is in a wheelchair because of a moral failing too.
That is
Hi.
arguably true.
All right.
Welcome back.
Perfect. The wheelchair guy got me to stand up for once, and I got to say, it feels good. It's Ben was being a fucking prick, by the way. You know, lifting up a fat chick. Some of us have to do that, and you know what? He was trying to save a goddamn life. So you better have some
This
reverence.
is why it felt forever. He didn't want to forget his lines.
No, I just made that up. I made that up. Yeah, I don't write shit. Have you seen my handwriting? It's garbage. Anyway. So what's going on with Spin? Thank you for attending. Now, you're pro MAGA. I feel a deference towards you because, again, I'm very pro-Trump. I've got a Trump flag right here. I'm willing to send other people to die in Iran. It seems like a great time. And I'm here to defend that, of course. Also, Sarah,
Yeah,
what
we're
the
not
fuck's your
even going to
problem?
get the cheap gas, too. That's the fun part about it.
We
is
will
we're
eventually.
going to do the bidding of Satan, and we're going to get more expensive gas as well. So, I mean...
Lalo, what is your
Shaitan.
feelings about the bombing of the Iranian girls' school?
No, we already bitched about that last week. I don't care. It was an
Are you
accident.
pro?
Nah.
Like, stop whining. Stop whining.
Fourth
Yes.
wise man is
You
lighting
break
me
your
up
back,
like I
you're
ran
crippled,
over
don't
here.
complain. We bomb a school.
He
Don't complain.
says, Lalo, okay, go ahead, Lalo. Get your lines out.
Please go ahead, Dusty.
I don't want Lalo to forget what he was.
I freestyled. Okay, so what I'm saying here is if Ben's to be logically consistent...
I
he's
changed my
like-
mind. He says best practice to change, enhance someone else's life is provide the tools and also provide instructions. Don't make tasks too daunting so they can learn how the dots join up. I think that's good advice.
All
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what?
Just babble. If Spin City was engaging in best practices, he wouldn't be in a wheelchair right now.
Steps.
Right?
He's just saying break instructions down to the steps for people to learn new things.
I
Oh,
think
he's the
that
fourth
is
wise man, not the
objectively
first.
true.
It is. And this is
Say
what I
that again, you
realized.
fucking piece of trash.
All of us can learn anything, really. I mean, internally, we do have like chemical differences and different ways our brains perceive and fire. But realistically, with the right support, the right encouragement, the right resources, anyone can learn pretty much anything. So why don't we teach Donald Trump and the United States government how to do a better job? I feel like it would be pretty easy to raise the standards for what they've been doing. Don't you?
No, not at all. Now, were you really pissed when you woke up this morning and he saw, I just learned that Robert Mueller died. I'm glad he's dead, so he can't be harming innocent people anymore. That was a banger. What? Did you not see that? No, you did not.
Hadn't heard.
Oh,
but I
that's
also, Lalo, please, at some point in your individual development, you're going to look back at yourself when you celebrated the death of someone else, and you might not have the same joy or enthusiasm. I promise.
No, I think it was pretty stupid for him to say, but it was pretty cool.
Just think about the person that I made my complacent heir. What would they think if that person had perished?
Did you actually save their life?
I did.
Was it a transgender? What do you mean?
How did you save their life by breaking your back trying to lift them up?
I still did my job.
Why could so then you didn't need to pick them up at all because you didn't.
Huh?
Right?
Thought that counts.
No. What he's saying is he picked them up, carried them to safety, and broke his back doing so.
Yeah.
Oh, you lifted the person up and took them out of the house?
I thought that was the story.
He's like Spider-Man.
I did.
Into an ambulance?
I picked them up and pretty much dragged them out into a living room where I could get them on a bariatric gurney, and I saved the woman's life.
That's cool.
How long did she last after that?
Long enough.
As far as I know, she's still kicking and breathing.
It's
well, I mean, the stats on someone who's like 500 pounds and is
Then you
Grace's
could- yeah, go
age
find
and
her
has like a
obituary.
full-on heart attack is like
Ben, we get it. You'll
Probably got a few
endlessly
months left.
argue against selfless service and empathy. We got it. It's part of ultra masculinity.
I have a
don't feel
challenge
like-
for you, Ben. I have a
don't feel
challenge for you. I have a challenge for you.
Yeah.
Spend 1 week in a wheelchair.
How about you
Spend
just like
one
challenge him to
fucking
piss
week.
standing up for like a week? Let's start, baby steps.
Why?
Wheelchair.
Okay, all right. I got a better one.
Yeah.
Spend 1 week in a wheelchair, have to self-calf, have to pretty much
I do that anyways. I have a
depend
piss jar.
on
I have a piss
on
jar.
other on
Yeah, you want
on
to see his piss?
stuff
It's
that you
orange. He's
take
dying.
for granted.
He's self-cathing already.
Take it away. Take it away.
Why
He
make
is
it so
basically-
easy? I
he is basically bedbound.
challenge him
You
to
think
do
you
something
think
really
my
hard,
life
like
you think
be
my
nice.
life is fucking easy?
I didn't say it's easy.
Can we stop competing?
My whole point is I wouldn't want to be handicapped. I wouldn't want to be you.
Can we stop competing for pains and sorrows, please?
I am not looking for any sympathy. I want to say it one last time, Jack. I am not looking for any sympathy because of a decision that I made, which in the end was phenomenal for someone else. Go down to the local volunteer fire department. Go do it.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think you
They're
should be
both basically sitting around most of the time.
Do you think that you should be praised for doing that?
No.
So you don't say like it's a good thing that you did that?
Oh, it is a good thing that I did it, but it is a thankless job.
Yeah.
Well, you
But
get
that's
paid.
like-
You get paid money.
You sound like a woman.
That's not
like,
true.
Oh, I'm a homemaker, but you don't give me enough
You
credit.
get
But
paid
actually, I
very
don't
well
deserve
for
credit.
doing that job.
Wow.
I did,
Wow.
yes.
You sound like a
So
woman
well that
complaining
your-
about
your
unpaid
pension
domestic
is, like,
labor.
That's what
more
I just
than
said, bitch.
The government.
What are you guys doing?
See, I like to reverse engineer. I think you really want to be in that wheelchair, and I think that you
Whoa.
acted the way you did
Yeah.
Get the
because
fuck out of here. You're
because
still
you're a loser.
You're
I think
on
you're
the
a loser.
same line as Shaman Omar. Every time I see
Hey,
you,
Ben,
Suffer,
is
Ben.
it possible
every
that
time I
that's
see this
you again?
cocksucker, I'm going to remind him of what life is really about.
I would encourage you not to engage with him. This is his continual pattern of projection.
Yes.
Where literally every other thing he says is literally him.
Well, that's why he understands you guys so much.
I think that he almost has made himself with the lifestyle of someone in a wheelchair and let the world revolve around him.
I
That's
don't want
him.
the world to revolve around me. Every time somebody holds the door, I take the door from them. Thank you. But no,
How do you do
thank
that?
you.
Like what?
I roll my ass right up to the door and I
Oh.
take the door myself.
See, I wouldn't mind the hospital. It's like a woman. You'd be like, oh, don't open the door for me.
That's pretty rude.
So
That's
someone
pretty
opens the
rude.
door for you and you don't go through and say thank you? What?
No, I come up to the door that they are holding. They are holding open for me, and I take the door from them. I say thank you, and I do what I do. I go through the door.
Well, you said you say thank you, but no thank you to them. That's pretty rude.
Yeah, you're like Cotton from King of the Hill. Like you feel like emasculated when people try to help you out, which there's no problem because you're in a wheelchair and others aren't. So just enjoy it. Enjoy the ramps, the ADA
Yeah.
stuff.
Be
Thank
grateful.
President Bush for it. Yeah, why not?
Don't get me
Here.
wrong.
Thank you.
I do appreciate what past presidents have done for the disabled and the handicapped.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
I mean, the
But
only
if
reason
it
you're
wasn't
alive is
there-
because we
if
give
Why
it
are
money.
wasn't
you?
there,
You're
like-
now.
Guys, the
you're
money,
now-
the money.
You're now literally doing the opposite of what we were discussing when it comes to the truth and the facts, and you're now encouraging this guy to be a fascist, to be a statist,
What?
to support his supposed corporate masters for all they've done for him. When essentially all that happened was a bunch of people paid into a program where this guy got a piece of it when he was injured. We can all do that. It's called cooperation and voluntarism and communalism if we would decide to, which of course acting and living like we do on these panels, we would never do that because we'd be too busy fighting and arguing and yelling about fucking nonsense. For content, of course, even though this is the way people actually live, unfortunately.
It's
And
very
perfect
unfortunate.
timing. Modern man lost again.
Very-
How apropos.
Elaborate. I forget who's talking. I just see the avatar. Jack.
Tell you what, I'd really
It's
like.
Pac.
I'm sorry, Pac.
Hey, Pat, can you
Yeah.
elaborate on that? I mean, if you want to take a dig.
I find it very, very, very troubling that if the pure piece of garbage was to have some sort of medical event, they're going to call 911, and a guy
Absolutely.
like me is going to show up.
No one in a wheelchair. I would. I
Right,
would
Scott.
definitely
So
have
he's going to
protest.
continue to try to bait you
Oh,
because
he
this
can
is
bait me
what.
all he wants.
Yeah, this is not only what he gets rewarded and enabled for. This is what he copes with, right?
I
So
just feel
you're going to
bad
have
for
to
his
disengage
daughter.
with him.
I
feel
just
bad
feel
for
bad
Grace.
for his daughter that is sitting on this panel to have some piece of fucking garbage.
No, put him back. Put him back. Put him back.
She loves it, so we're not going to simp here, and we're not going to make it about her
Yeah,
either
so
because
true,
she
Lindsay.
kind of gets off on that,
You
right?
need to know.
She
And
does.
she kind of likes when other people victim for her, right? So she's into it. So she thinks there's no consequences to all this, and she gets rewarded for
There
it
are
as well.
basically no consequences. This is
There it is. See, and she gets rewarded for it. So everyone's going to have to learn
Am I
on
being
their own
rewarded? I'm
time.
getting yelled at by you right now.
I'm not yelling at you.
Yeah, you are.
I think I'm attempting to care for all of us
You're chastising me.
and what the facts are showing.
That's a good word. I like that. Chastising.
Thank you, Landry.
That's what you do, Paul.
So I'd really like to recognize the generosity. Thank you, Namaste Away, for the contribution.
Oh, you're beautiful. Wow.
I am not doing God a favor by being of service. God is showing me favor in giving me a purpose to be of service. That is beautiful, my friend. And thank you. Thank you
Imagine
for
that.
Yeah, imagine being positive, you know? Whatever.
Well, if we actually live that way, looking at the world each day as a new adventure, what can we do? Who can we serve? How can we make a better world, right? I'm telling you guys, I'm inviting you to join me. My path is to live with love, praise God with love. Let's be like that and make a better world for us
And I
all.
want to thank you, Jack, for giving me an opportunity to serve here without any guarantee.
Yeah.
All right. I don't, because again, I'm not getting paid to be here. There's no guarantees. I'm not promoting my channel. I am in complete objective service to co-creation here.
Bullshit. You get your
Sub
ego
on sub on
stroked by
sub.
this.
No.
Nobody
I mean,
does something for nothing.
Legitimate.
There's you're revealing yourself again and how you were raised.
Nobody
or lack
does
thereof.
anything for nothing.
Grace, that's untrue.
That's not true.
No, they always do it. Even if it's charity, they do it so that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but everybody does something for.
Again,
some
maybe
reason.
I just
They do
get
it-
joy
They do it
out
for
of-
personal feelings of doing something good for someone else.
Sure.
There is no pure altruism.
Well, there can be. I mean, there's levels to it. I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying because there's rewards, certainly.
And before I read this, real quick, I think that I agree
Hold on a
with.
second, wait.
Yeah,
No,
go
hold
ahead,
on a second.
Ozzy.
What about when somebody does something for somebody but doesn't really want to do it at all for them, but does it because, because it's the right thing to do, right? But yeah,
We'll give an example.
What about that?
Like
Well,
a parent
let's say
taking care
someone's
of their kid.
homeless, but the person you never let's say you don't get along with that person, and
Tommy?
I was going to say Tommy too.
No, I'm trying to build a scenario here. A person that you've known for a long time that you
Tommy.
never got along with, and that and that you just you don't necessarily like, but is in need of help and needs a place to live and food and
So you're saying you want to house Tommy?
Yeah,
Why
what
do
about
people
that
spend
person?
their time putting words in other people's
It's not
mouths?
necessarily the right thing
That's
to
what I
do.
heard.
If you choose to take them into your house, that's your choice. You did it for some reason.
Tommy would be happy to
But
know
I
that.
think it's
not your
if-
responsibility.
No, but if the reason is, hey, look, I might not like the guy, but for the greater good, right, to help the guy out, just to extend some sort of,
Yeah, you get the feeling that
cosmically,
Then you're
maybe
doing it to feel
karmically-
like a good person, which is
Right.
fine.
No,
That's
no,
fine to do
not
that.
even, not even.
Then why
Because it
would you
doesn't
do-
make you
Why
more
would you
of
do
a
it if it
better
gives you
person
no
to
benefit?
to have
Nobody
done
does
that?
something that gives them no benefit.
You get off of
And
being
hold on.
nice.
No,
let
great.
me jump in on that. I have a thought on that because I agree with Grace, but I actually think it's a good thing because in a weird, cool way, we're all so intertwined. That's what's good for me is good for you, and vice versa. So I do agree with Grace. There's no such thing as pure altruism. We all get something out of it. But I think that's because we're all connected in a way that if one of us moves up, we all kind of move up together.
I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem. I just think it's a reality. And for Paul to act like he does this for no reason when he's clearly stroking his ego half the time, removing people is bullshit.
And then to soft promote, like I'm not promoting my channel, like nobody could see that one. Can
That's
Can I do this dono?
This is a thankless job.
Fourth wise man says 1 week in a wheel chariot may not suffice, but long term in one isn't easy. When or if you get up out of one, shock sets in and vertigo, and you feel gigantic, tall, with tears and a smile of pure joy. I'm glad that you got out of one. I've never been in one.
Me either. Praise
But
be.
back to Ben's thing about the prison.
Yeah, where is Ben?
program or whatever.
Ben.
Like getting out of just even 4 months in jail, getting out and then driving a car. Like I could see how that would be the case because just driving a car for me was kind of a weird feeling after a few months in jail.
Well, I gotta call Jack and Paul out here because you guys got to connect the dots. We're going to hold ourselves accountable. Now, what we have here is a person who is part of like the government who was incompetent, and you guys say government incompetency is a major problem. Paul's encountered cops who are incompetent. Jack has been involved with incompetent people in the government who have oppressed him as a postal worker. I've had these government employees show up. They're incompetent, and I love to see one of them, for their incompetence, end up spending the rest of their life in a wheelchair. Now, why can't you guys say, yeah, let's get more of these people into wheelchairs, and let's make them pay for their incompetence?
Ben.
Let's celebrate.
Is
Ben,
this
go
a
back-
character? Is this a character that you came up with yourself?
Ben.
Like,
Yeah.
did you write this down? On a piece
Yeah,
of
he's
paper?
doing a bit non-bit. He's trying a bit hard
Yeah,
here.
it's
I mean,
being
we can.
the controversial person to try to drama up some sort of fucking weird.
Yeah, he's trying to break up the circle
Come
jerk.
on, Ben. Some
is
of
the
us
logic?
actually see right through you, right?
Exactly.
You do realize that.
This is why
I think
Brown's
it's-
boy. This is why Brown's boy keeps calling everyone panel actors
Yeah.
because it's like
No. I don't.
They're always
understand.
playing
If you-
games,
if you're
and they're
constantly
always
saying-
being these
you're constantly
characters.
saying like,
We can never actually have a realistic conversation about real
drama up
ideas.
some sort of
No,
stupid
it's
conversation.
not that. I'm not trying to be
isn't
shocking.
really
I'm
relevant,
saying
and it's not going to
if-
get anybody anywhere.
If we say the victim mentality is not good mentality to have, but then we pander to some victim who's a little bitch crying about his own incompetence, then make it make sense. That's what I'm saying. Make it make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
What's
Good
that,
point.
Tim?
Right.
You're saying that he's a bitch, or what's that you for?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, Spin City is crying about being handicapped, and
Ben,
it's his fault. Like,
Hey
why
Ben,
do
what
I
are you
say-
crying
Ben.
about constantly?
I am not crying about being handicapped.
Where's your MAGA
Yeah,
hat? You're
did.
losing your
said-
aura.
You said to me, "Why don't you try being handicapped, being in a wheelchair for a week?" Yeah, and
We
that,
should
you know
try
what
it.
that's called? Slumming it. And
Hey,
if I
Ben.
slummed it for a
Hey,
week and
Ben.
got up, I
Ben,
would feel like
Ben,
Ben.
at some point, I really hope you go back and re-listen to your words because you're not thinking. You're really not thinking.
Yeah,
well,
he's
you're not
gone.
responding to what I said, Jack.
I've heard what you said.
Do you
Ben.
think the victim mentality is dangerous for people?
Yes, Ben. It
Okay, so
can
then
be.
why pander
Your
to someone who has a victim
presumption,
mentality?
Ben, your presumption, your conviction, your claim, right? You've come to the conclusion that he's a victim, right?
I am a victim of my own stupidity, Jack.
You're a victim of circumstances.
Yeah,
nothing
you're a
more.
victim of your own stupidity. Okay, so you're not a victim. You're not a victim then.
Holy cow.
Who said I was a victim, you fucking piece of trash?
You said
You-
that
you
you
just said
implied
you were.
you implied that you were the victim of the government not giving you money when you.
He is a
We're not
victim. That's
giving
fucked
enough
up. You need more money.
You know, you if we didn't
You
care.
guys were just so quick to jump on and try to diminish
Exactly.
someone. What in the hell?
He's a prick. He's a prick.
But this whole conversation
Well, I'm
started
saying,
because
where's
of that,
the
Jack.
accountability? Like,
It's so true. Yeah.
That's the truth.
It's a
The perception we have, it's a reflection
No,
of you.
I have a challenge for him. Spend 1 week doing
Why?
exactly what I have to do. That is by
Why?
no means a victim mentality. And come back to me
why
and
would I
say
want to
how
live?
hard your life
Why would I
really
want
will be.
to voluntarily live your life? Your life.
Well, why do
sucks.
people
For
fast
the
like Jesus did?
content. Do it for the content,
No, sure,
Ben.
if I got paid money for it, fine. But like,
Spin City, you seem to
why would
be-
I want to live the life of a loser when I could live the life of a winner?
This is exactly. Oh, I'm a loser now.
Well, you're saying it sucks to be me for even a week. I
It
agree.
does.
I don't want to
It
be you
does.
for even a minute.
It does. It sucks. My
Well,
life.
then maybe you should
I've
consider
made the
why
best
you
out of my
got
life
yourself
than I
into a
can
wheelchair
physically.
instead of doing your job.
That's fucked
Go
up.
do
Man.
my job for 1 day and really figure out what.
Okay,
my
but he's
job
not
is.
trying to
Jack,
say he
wait,
would do
wait, can we bring Jack in here? Jack, saying my life sucks is the epitome of the victim mentality.
Yeah.
No?
No.
If I was
Yes,
in a
it is.
wheelchair by
I
my
can't think of 3
own-
words that define the victim mentality more than my life sucks.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
hate
my
mom.
life sucks
What?
in the way that yes, I
Hey,
cannot
can I
and
stop you?
cannot do what I used to be
Can
able
I
to
stop
do.
you?
That's
There's
why
always
my
a
life
there's
sucks.
always a dual perspective, right? That might be actually a very powerful place to be, to admit to yourself and others that you, your personality, your life, and your ways suck, because that could be the first step to actually changing to becoming a better person. So that could either be a victimhood state, it could also be a state of empowerment. It depends upon the intention.
Can we just
the
leave?
results
Can
in
we
the
just leave
practice.
this person aside? Like if someone
Yeah.
says, "I am a victim of my own stupidity," do you feel sympathy for
That's
them?
you.
Do you?
That's
Wait,
you.
when did Ben say he was a victim?
I didn't say I'm a victim.
Oh, no, that's the thing. That's precisely the dynamic. We have someone who is saying one side, and we have another person who's showing the other side.
What is he doing to show it?
Ben's the guy in the equation who it would be very empowering for him to realize his personality and his life sucks, and start to practice doing and being better. Right? The
You
guy,
want me
the
to
guy on
claim
the
that I'm
other
a victim?
side,
I'm not
the
a
guy
victim.
on the other
Yeah, that's-
side is admitting that his life sucks for certain reasons.
You want to
So
convince
that's the
me
two-
that my life sucks?
It's the
Well,
two
that's
dynamics
subjective.
played out. Right?
Wait, hold on.
Make it
Okay,
make
wait,
sense
we can
to
have
that.
common ground here. Can we have a vote? Whose life sucks more, Wheelchair Man or Ben Thorpe, aka Abel? How about that? Okay.
So at least
Will-
you
Wheelchair
thinks their
Man
life
wins.
sucks. He thinks his life sucks so much that he doesn't think I can do it possibly do it for a week. I agree. It sucks. I would want to, like, you know, find a bridge maybe and roll off it. But like, the fact of the matter is, like, my life doesn't suck.
That's
because
the
I don't
epitome of a victim.
when I had jobs, I did them properly and followed the proper procedures.
So you said.
So
you're telling me you don't like confidence?
Can we get back on topic?
No.
I think you should be grateful because
suffer.
If we actually like lived according to justice, you should be crawling around, dying of starvation. If I did something stupid and I get paid for it for the rest of my life, I'd be really grateful. Like, holy shit. I wouldn't be crying about how like I don't get any pussy or whatever. Of course not. You don't get any anyway.
Would you not agree that you're saying a pension is government money? It is not.
I'm saying
it
as
is
a
money that was
firefighter,
taken
all of that
out
money
of
is government money. I have to pay
money that I
pay
earned.
rent. I pay rent. It goes to firefighters. No one asked me if I want a firefighter. I think people who are 500 pounds at age in their 20s should have to pay you to like make a contract with you. I wouldn't want you to show up in a wheelchair or not because you're incompetent. Stay the hell back in the fire station.
Again, Ben, you keep making the whole broadcast about whatever you think and feel.
That's the goal of everybody here. What do you mean?
We're all independent citizens. Why do
well, thank you, Lalo, for being honest. I'm going to commend Lalo again for being honest, whether he's being sarcastic or
I'm dead ass.
Why shouldn't we be able to?
He's being honest, and this is good because this is good for Jack to be more informed, right? He just admitted that he believes or that he knows that everyone's goal who comes here is to make the whole broadcast about whatever they think or feel or want it to be.
That's valid for them to do because they don't even stream on their own platform.
I would
so you gotta give them an outlet a little bit.
Jack's a life coach.
I would concur with that.
Isn't that kind of on brand?
Jack
I think I'm going to discuss with Jack what the value that a lot of these participants are bringing here and if there's value at all.
You're stepping on Paul's toe. He wants to make it about himself.
Yes, you want to have another ego trip.
Okay, for this guy to sit here and say,
Actually, you know what? You guys are kind of missing the damn point.
Shit.
All of you.
Me?
Yeah.
This
Bring
is
us back, Jack, please.
This is nonsense. Okay? I mean, what the hell are we accomplishing? Seriously.
Well, I think, Jack, it's fine to tell it's like I love everyone, peace and love.
Ben,
when it comes to
you're the biggest. Ben,
the rubber hits the
Ben,
road.
Get him.
Ben,
Get him.
You're the biggest part of this chaos today. I need you to see your part, please.
He's sowing division.
And Jack, my last super chat that came in while you were gone is addressing Ben. I think it might be on point. Says Ben Thorpe, to not be in a position of hopelessness does not give one in-depth knowledge of such a juxtaposition. Therefore, an experience unfounded lacks opinion of remedy non-endured.
I don't know what that means.
Jack, would you please?
There's a lot of
you don't know what that means.
He's saying if you haven't felt hopeless, then you don't know what it's like to feel hopeless, basically.
Oh, I've been depressed. It sucks.
Oh, really?
You actually needed your daughter to translate that for you?
Why not?
Oh, come on, OT.
Yeah, I don't bother with stuff that's
part I get.
He doesn't do
why do I have
mental
mental acrobatics?
One
I had
who
to do mental
hasn't
acrobatics my whole life.
experienced it lacks the opinion of remedy. That's the biggest part, right? You can pretend you know what someone's dealing with. You know, the think about it, Ben. Sometime in the future, right? Think about the realization of the possibility of spending, you know, the next several decades in a wheelchair all of a sudden.
Hell yeah.
Just because of a freak accident, trying to do what you felt was right. I mean, that's
it wasn't a freak accident, Jack. It wasn't.
According to what expert?
According to him, it wasn't a freak accident.
According to him, he wouldn't describe it as.
And I applaud him for being honest. He's saying I did what I wasn't supposed to do. Okay,
sure.
But sometimes in any employment, Jack and Ben, you do things that may be out of the scope of maybe what you are trained and taught to do.
No.
But that comment, I will end this tirade with this comment. For a guy to want the help of someone like me,
I don't want incompetent people helping me. No. Never. Wheelchair or not. No
Incompetent
people. Nope.
Incompetent.
He sounds like Donald Trump talking about the.
I don't want someone who thinks they're a superhero.
Don't compare to Trump. Trump is awesome.
In any way, shape, or form. Yeah.
I was not working out of incompetence.
Yeah, you were.
Can we please?
How is it incompetent?
Why are you?
For me to do the job?
What are we doing here?
Ben
Hello.
should be on the
Yeah.
disability fucking panel and just be like, just reject your
What do you
claim.
want to talk about, Jack?
Yes.
can
Fuck
talk
you.
about
Fuck your
anything right
insurance.
now.
Sentence you to death. Pre-existing
I
conditions.
do think we need to be a little more like self-critical and a little less like let's like.
The point
always
is
feel bad
that you
about
could
it.
raise the issue, go around the panel, have everyone give their perspective, and move on. And we can never do that because it's a special class here of folks who can't keep any kind of comprehension, cohesion, or co-creative intention.
I mean, if I got
it's just the
diagnosed with
reality
lung
of it.
cancer, would you guys
Force him
like,
into it,
say,
Paul.
like, oh,
We've
fuck
already
yeah?
heard your point on all of it, Ben. 5 fucking
Backstage,
times.
everybody,
We haven't
but one
got
at a time.
everyone's opinion, and we already got the best opinion, which was mine, of course. So we could have moved on already, and we haven't. We spent the last hour cycling and spinning on one little piece of a whole fucking story
Wheels.
and 1,000 ideas because you're desperate and starved for content.
I think it's
Okay,
a good
that's
point,
insulting.
but if you don't agree, we can go back to just.
Why can't you
blathering,
just defer at
rapid-
times so other people
You
can
go back
move it
to that
along
blathering,
and to let it
rapid
go?
truism
You don't
and
always have to
yeah.
be in charge.
Hey, that's a good moment, Paul.
That's you.
That's you moment.
Again, you're not hearing yourselves and seeing it from a third party perspective. Either that or I just believe that I have an ear for some level of a broadcast. So maybe I am projecting, but all it is chattering, talking over each other, looping and cycling on the same 2 ideas.
Stop
we bring the
Stop
2 or
bitching.
3 ideas that are on the table, and then you want to keep spinning and cycling instead of moving on to the next
People
idea.
want.
Why? Because people
the
are
way to
gathered
go.
to watch you, and your dysfunction and insanity means that's what they want. I mean,
Dysfunction?
that's
What?
a false presumption.
I'm pretty well put together. I think you're bitching for no reason. Okay,
No,
if Jack wants
no,
to talk
no.
about something, let him do it.
As if
Yeah.
anybody's ever come here and said they're not so great and put together well, right? That is part of the issue and the problem.
Okay, so you're trying to like ego check everybody but yourself because you deserve to.
I'm just
you're pulling a Ben.
reminding all of
You
us
hate
of
Ben 'cause
certain
you ain't
things
Ben,
and
and that's ironic.
ideas. See,
No, he
you
hates
you're
Ben
doing
as
the
Ben.
front and you get defensive. I'm reminding us all of certain
defensive,
common
I'm
sense
aggressive.
ideas and perspectives, I believe.
I thought we were on Jack's show.
Point out that it's real tough for Jack to say anything when it's the Ben and wheelchair guy
And Paul.
show. I mean, going back and forth. This.
True.
Go ahead, Dusty. You got
Uh,
something?
Paul, do you keep fucking with Jack's volume because he's not loud?
I'm not doing anything.
That'd
I
be
know
based. Yeah,
you're
lower him. He's
desperate.
really loud.
I know you're desperate with a lot of others to play various little games to
I'm
try
just
to
asking a
undermine.
question because
Yeah, what
Jack
a
has the
dick.
quietest mic in the room, and it's his
No,
fucking panel.
you just
I
asked
told-
that question
I
on the
told
back
him
of
that
saying
already.
you just asked that question on the back of saying I thought we were on the Jack show, as if I'm not allowed to talk here
Suffer.
or be a co-host.
Paul, you do have a history of fucking with people's mics.
So now we're going on to a history rather than where we're at now and today.
Seems like it's
Thank
true.
you.
The best predictor of future behavior.
Is
I
it?
turned myself up earlier, and now it's all the way up. So,
Jack,
Okay.
my dad has a question for you if you bring it back.
all right.
Sincerely, Jack, like to get away from the personal, I understand that, but my thought is that from a Catholic perspective, right? And I know that you don't see yourselves as identified, but one of the doctrines of Catholicism is that because of the fall, we have a tendency to want to be miserable. Like that misery is the norm. It's the norm of the human condition. And we bitch and moan. Like a lot of people, Jack, I think you would say a lot of people bitch and moan about their job, but if they won the lottery, they'd be even more miserable, right? Like, so they like being miserable. They like having something to complain about. They like acting like a victim. They don't actually want to succeed. And I think that that's like basically the human condition. And I think you should let people be miserable if they want to be miserable, and don't say like, oh, you know,
Haha.
I agree with you. Just, I think it's important that we point out to some people that maybe they're choosing to be miserable and they should suffer and enjoy their misery. I don't really think it's our job to tell them like, oh, let me make a case for you that life is a lot better. if you think that like whatever it is, your handicap in life, whether it's a literal handicap or whatever it is, has made it so that you can complain for the rest of your life, which would be easy for all of us to do, then I don't want to hear it. I think, you know what I mean? Like maybe you like it. Maybe you put yourself in that position.
Ben, I love you so much. Praise God. Praise God indeed.
Say it back to him, Ben. Love you too, Jack.
The lesson I've been learning sincerely for me and Ben, for you.
Yeah.
Please go back and listen to your words. Okay? The
But
words
Jack, you and I share a background of having like a rough divorce and family troubles, right? A lot of men, they just throw in the towel at that point. They turn to drink. They just see themselves as a victim for the rest of their lives. I see it as totally liberating. I love it. I own like all the pain and suffering is my fault, but I don't want to wallow in it for 1 second more. I want to get out there. I want to start my mission of showing God's love through my personal love of beautiful young women. And so like I'm super happy that like that segment of my life will be over come next Tuesday. I'm going to sign a paper. I'm done, and I'm not looking back. It's like, you know the story of Lot when he left Sodom and Gomorrah? He told his wife, don't turn back, right? So she, being the stupid woman she was, turned back and looked, and she turned into a pillar of salt. I want to say to anyone who's rolling with me, let's not look back. Let's look forward. There's beautiful women out there, thousands, tens of thousands, millions of them that I can now love. Oh, what do I care about one crazy? Who cares? That's in the past. You see what I'm saying?
You go for all 1,000 at one time.
Thank
you for sharing again,
I'd
Ben.
like to have 14 or 15 beautiful.
Thank you for continually
in
sharing.
my room every day. Yeah.
I like a lot of that message, though. Not all of it, but there's a lot of it that I see that there's value. Can you at least see that, Paul or Jack, that there's some value in that perspective?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. There is value in it. I mean,
you could say that's divorce dad energy.
Thank you for the contribution, Team Lalo.
That's right. That's everybody.
And
fuck yeah.
And thank you, Fourth Wise Man. Again, everyone is a lot more powerful than most realize. It's complacency and the sloth that keeps most dysfunctional. Action speaks louder than any words can ever do. Oh, woe me helps no one, especially you.
Check
Could
mark.
not agree with that more. I see Jack.
Spin
giving the
City
nod
wants
of
back on,
approval.
Jack.
What's that?
Professor Xavier wants to get back on. He's in the backstage.
Jack, a lot of people
Yeah.
would look at you and me and say, these guys are having a midlife crisis online. I'm having a midlife solution online.
He's having a midlife bro crisis.
I'm having a midlife solution online.
Cope.
Sure.
Where's the
That's fair
streams
to
at,
say.
Nega? What
That's
the?
fair to say.
Wait, Ben, you're describing me.
Yeah.
The midlife solutions. This is what came to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think you had a midlife solution. I'm having a midlife solution. But younger men are free to criticize us and go, look at you guys. Obviously, you're just coping. You're losers. You're divorced. You have family troubles that continue to bother you. You're getting older. You know, you don't have the ladies.
true.
You don't have the money. That's all fair. That's all fair. And my point is, I need to show you guys by my example. When I've got 14 or 15 supermodels here, you may end up in Donald Trump's Oval Office. But when we're in that position, these guys have to admit, like, it was a midlife solution. If they're crying, guys like Lalo are crying on the internet that, like, well, they don't really love you or whatever. But if I've got 14 supermodels in my room, whether that's, you know, at the
You're not going to break me off with these? One model, just one? Yeah, one of these days.
Well, okay, even one supermodel. I think you'd have to say,
oh, yeah, sure.
You know,
yeah,
the
one
guy seems to be succeeding.
Yes. And if I get a supermodel, you'd have to say, this guy is succeeding. That's a great point.
Yes, absolutely.
Talcott tier level logic. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But you should
very
have
clean.
a supermodel because you're a very attractive young man, right? I would be ultra bowling if I had a supermodel, right?
That would be like miraculous, wouldn't it?
What's that supposed to mean,
unbelievable.
Jack?
Oh no, that's doable. That's absolutely doable.
I'm sure it is. You've got a mouth. You've got some charm on you. You're a schmoozer, and
Exactly.
You got a mouth on you, boy.
You go to some of these fashion shows. Okay, these girls are like 6'1", 6'2". The only men they interact with are the gay guys who like put the makeup on. Like I just waltz in there and I'll just say, "Ladies, let's go party." They'll follow me out. You know what I mean?
I believe that. See, and that means they're too tall for me because I'm not even interested in that.
Tall women have the hardest because they almost
But
no
Jack-
men. You know what I mean? It's like really
Shout out to tall women.
The way that Jack stood up like 500 women on Kindred G makes me wonder if he's interested in women at all.
Yeah, he's gay.
He doesn't need women. He's bypassed that. He just needs God.
No, I'm not.
Is this part of the merger?
No.
No one needs women, but what's the point of living your life without?
Well, hold on. Humans need women. Humans do need women. What do you mean?
No men. Yeah, I need release. So
That's a
You don't
valid point.
need women, though. What I'm saying is an
There
individual
won't be
man.
no you without a woman.
Holy cows! No.
Exactly.
Women are. We all have our perfect place in this process of life, men
So
and
true.
women. We're a little bit different, but the differences become strengths, especially when we align together, right? The future for me, I'm hopeful. I'm trusting God's going to bring a partner for me into my life again. I've been in the desert a long time, for years, in fact, the social desert.
Well, it can't be as bad as Jeremy. He's going on 9.5 years.
Yeah.
Of what?
I unsubscribed from Jeremy
No pussy.
last week.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he died.
I
Too
think
bad.
that Lalo
And
should
he's
have
a
been
young
doing
guy.
stand up
You got
instead
to
of
think about
Jeremy.
that, right? What does that mean? He's 35.
I think he would be good at stand-up,
He's
yeah.
35.
I'm really
That
good.
means this has been going on since he was 24. No.
Holy cow.
26.
That's what I'm saying, Jack.
26.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a drought.
Now you don't feel so bad, Jack, do you?
It's bad.
Yeah, that's
Let's see
I-
because he's
that's
having
the
sex
Central
with
That's a
Sahara
desert.
right there.
He has sex
Yeah.
with like McChickens and
Hey, why are
driveways.
you
It's really
picking
gross.
on me all of a sudden? What the hell?
I'm
did I
just
do
saying.
to you?
I at least have my memories to rely on, but I don't even.
That's what I tell myself.
Wait,
too.
rely on to do
Yeah.
what?
The
Rely on to do what?
Spank bank. Yeah, I remember that time.
He's got an old school goon file right up here. Okay, Zoomer guys, you can have.
No, I have one too.
memories.
It's
You
not
don't
that
need to
big.
have a file on
I
you.
have a logbook too, so no, we're good.
Hey, Jack,
But
would
we
you
do
just say the
need
word
those.
goon? Is that something that would cross your vocabulary?
Goon. Probably, I'd say goon. I'm not sure what context.
Thank you.
Like a mob goon,
Jesus Christ.
a patsy,
Maybe.
or a gooner.
Oh no! Hey, that's not what I was saying, Tyrone.
When did that word
Goonin'
start?
ain't easy. Keep that in mind. Tough.
What's that?
Goonin' ain't easy.
I
Yeah,
like this
once
from
you're older,
Greg in the
probably.
chat. How many times can a slave decline an opportunity for freedom before he stops being a slave and becomes a volunteer?
Ooh,
Once.
that is a great question. You say once?
Yeah, obviously.
One time declining freedom and you become a volunteer. I suppose
You do-
technically that may be correct, wouldn't it?
It'd be consent at that point. Yeah. One
Bob
yes.
Marley
no, I'm
said, "Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, because none of them that got the time." I could go on.
kidding. No, thanks.
That
A
could
great
go on.
Please
segment.
don't.
A great
Please
British
don't.
white man, Bob Marley.
Oh, Spin City's still backstage. Come on, let's have him back up. Come
Oh,
on, that's
God.
not fair.
But it's kind of feeling better around here. You notice that?
No,
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 you
gay.
We'll put the ramp out for him.
I'm pretty sure he left.
Oh, he just
Yeah,
put
because you made him wait
something
too
back.
long.
He
He's
spun
definitely
out.
watching.
Oh, he spun.
No.
Please.
My God.
You know, actually, that was rude of me. I put him back there, and I guess I did forget about him. But
No, he
That's
was just
fucked
here.
up, man.
He was just here.
today,
Oh,
there
he
was you two
Oh.
were triggering
Out of
each
it.
other, Ben. You two were just going, enabling each other, right?
I think that's healthy, Jack.
No, not considering what could be, right? As in other, there's other options that were more healthy.
I thought it was good. It was good content. He was able to take it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't treat it with kid gloves because like I think he does know that some ways playing into the victim mentality is like weak. But like I think you know maybe he'll come back stronger for it.
Ben, I got what you were saying. You were a bit of a dick in what you were saying, but you were probably accurate.
Damn.
Dusty, here, please go ahead.
Thank you. Fourth wise man says, $10 says strength lays in your admission of weaknesses. Once acknowledged and not ignored or denied, you can build the weakness into great strengths. House of Cards. I agree with that as well.
I agree with you, Jack. I see. Like, I understand. I have respect for people who are like sympathetic with people who have troubles, but like I didn't see it as my role to call out their bullshit. But I do think there are other people who should, kind of like be sympathetic with them. I just don't
false sympathy out there though.
I don't roll that way.
Wait, Jack. Let's read the Spin City thing. I want to read.
Too much boo-hooing going on.
All right, Dusty. I came up here. Dusty. I came up there because I respect you and your opinion, but I cannot hear his voice anymore.
See, there's the victim mentality. There's the victim mentality.
Woman.
Why can't you hear someone's voice?
Could be
Dusty
honest.
just slammed him out to Ben. It's crazy. Betrayal.
And I really do think it's fair to say to a lot of people, Jack, I'm not saying Spin City, a lot of people end up where they end up and claim to be victims, but they actually meant to get there all along. Like, I think a lot of guys in our position who say, like, I'm a victim of my divorce for the rest of their lives and just go to the bar and just,
what's on your TV?
They wanted to be there. They didn't want to make their, this is my ladies.
Did that just turn on?
Streams. I watch them 24/7 just to get me in the right grind set.
To do what?
To go to the fashion
weird. Why do you
shows
care?
and tell these women,
Hey,
like, let's go party.
Ben, you and Lalo, for sure, both of you. I'm seeing this. This practice of meditation, sitting and being still in the silence, right? Without a purpose, without a reason, just sitting in the quiet. You guys do that at all?
Yes. I used to want to be a monk, Jack.
How?
Monasteries.
Do you ever practice the practice of silence these days?
Who?
You. Is it possible?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of quiet time, downtime. I don't have ADD.
Real.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
ADD.
Okay.
Like, for example, I can read a book. I don't have the urge to turn music on and like play video games,
All right. So there's exceptions.
Lalo, on the other hand.
Yeah. Now, Lalo, I'm curious about you.
Sure.
Do you practice that periods of stillness and silence and just nothingness?
No, at best, what'll happen is that I'll watch something on double or triple speed, and then I'll like metabolize it for like 3-minute segments to myself. So, for instance, I was watching a World War I alternate history, and I'm like, okay, well, what if the Swedish did back up navally and try to break the North Sea blockade against the British? So then I would pause the video and then think about it for 2 minutes, and then that'd be the extent of it. Or if I'm like trying to go to sleep, I'll like shut up for 10 minutes and not watch anything. But that's about it.
Okay. I encourage you. Well, some of the thoughts that came up, I know I found a lot of benefit from practicing the stillness, detaching from the thoughts, detaching from the desire to get through everything, and really consciously teaching myself to practice patience, right? And then another idea is if you're finding yourself bored with the routines of life or the way that you're moving through life, it's time to learn something, right? It's time to challenge yourself and pick a focus. I wonder if do you have issues with commitment, perhaps? Fears
With
of
my host?
commitment?
No, I think I follow through on pretty much everything. So.
All right.
Well, Jack, I do want to be honest and say that I have less of those practices than I used to, and that's because I've been living with first Grace as mother and then Grace, and I have developed a kind of anxiety that at any moment I can be attacked for nothing. And I do think that it's my fault getting into that, but it does put you in a state of perpetual, like war, like you can expect. So I don't think there's anything you really can do about that. If there's legitimately like someone in your life is attacking you, I think it's going to put you on edge. I haven't slept well for probably like 23 years. And you just have to
legit.
You have to like get to the end of it. And at the end of the war, you can do those
Well,
things.
Here.
Within it, there's only so much
you want to give a shout out real quick? You're muted though.
Shout out to Ross Khan gifting 5 Powder Dusty memberships. Thank you.
Yes. And damn it, now I just lost where you were, Ben. I'm sorry.
Well, I was saying sometimes you are in a state if you're being like, especially when Grace and I were not allowed to be, with the cops following us everywhere. It's hard to sleep.
Ben, you might be subject of this prolonged partial awareness, right? Distractions and dealing with nagging, dealing with arguments.
Yeah, my dad calls it his Rolodex. Very 80s reference, but he says he just flips through decisions he could make or choices.
Yeah, when someone is trying to destroy your life, you're kind of always trying to outwit them, and it can sometimes be I don't think it's a lifelong thing. On Tuesday, I'm hoping to get final resolution on that. And it is important. It is important to actually resolve things. Sometimes you got to quit a job. You can't solve it within it. Quit a job, move on. Resolve a relationship, end a friendship, those kind of things. You can't always fix things within something that you think is real.
Sure.
You have to realize it's not real, not healthy.
Yep. Sometimes we got to get outside of that situation in order to see that it's not real, it's not healthy, that different perspective.
Yeah.
But this is what I wanted to point out based on what I heard from you. If you're not resting real well, it sounds like within you, your nervous system, chaos has become a norm.
Yes.
Oh, he doesn't rest well. He rarely gets more than 5 hours of sleep at a time.
Oh, yeah,
There's things I've learned that might be helpful. If you're interested, I'm
Benadryl.
Share. No, not
Xanax.
Benadryl.
Vicodin.
More drugs. No.
Valium. Benadryl is important because they let you have it in jail, so it helps you sleep longer.
Jack, if I may, I just wanted to touch on a spot of business with Dusty. Were you able to get that?
I did get it. I got a text. I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay. I just wanted
I've
to let me know when
hours.
you get it. That way I can pull it off.
Important.
I think a lot of times, Jack, things I know there are tricks and things you can do to resolve things internally, but I actually think a lot of times it's good to resolve things externally. I don't know if you know this, Dusty, but Sarah just filed a lawsuit against Andrew Wilson for $150K. Okay. I don't know that it her sort of moving on without doing that makes sense. She deserves to get paid. I don't see why that isn't why that's a problem. But I think we have this idea, Jack. Some people have this idea. Well, I'm not going to resolve it externally because I don't know that I'm going to win. So I'm going to take it on myself to get resolution. I think sometimes you gotta fight back.
Well, when we have faith, we don't have to fight as much. And that's something I've been learning in this experience, right?
But sometimes it's good to stand up for yourself. I would say, telling young men, sometimes you got to stand up for yourself. If a woman, for example, is abusing you, just get rid of her.
Here's another tip for life. If you're a fraud or a con, working with a fraud or a con, expect someone to get frauded and someone to get conned.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
Pretty simple.
Hey, welcome to you, Adrian. Good to see you again, brother.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you for having me up on the panel. Hello, lady and gentlemen.
Hello, Adrian.
Nice to meet you.
Good meeting you
Adrian,
too.
you said you had, I remember you. You said you had a Bible music YouTube channel. I looked it up. There was no music.
Yes, I do. And I remember you as well, Miss Grace. I know you wanted to rap on some beats and stuff. But yeah, my YouTube channel does have beats in the background while I'm reading scripture. Yeah.
You wanted to rap?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I think
for
that's
that. I'm here for it.
He just reads. He just reads over beats. It's not rapping.
Well, reading the Bible over beats, I don't know that's not really music.
Well, whatever. Black people do stuff. We don't see it as, making sense, and then we eventually do it ourselves.
So yeah, and I do end my video with a 8-bar rap summary of the chapter.
Could you give us an example of a bar right now?
Okay. Let me give you an example of a bar, and it's so funny how I could take it so far. That's just off top.
That was pretty good. I think that if you duetted with Grace, that'd be great.
I got Scott.
Let me
One
give
more
you an
time.
example of a
Future
bar.
producers.
We took it so far. Like that's not really very good.
That's when Grace would come in now.
That's like
Number
that's
one,
like a
Mr. Thorpe, good seeing you
kind of
too.
small bus bar, isn't it?
Two, just showing an example off top, and three, wasn't really trying, but just showing
Could you
an
give me one
example.
where you're really trying?
No.
Y'all remember this
Why
clip?
not?
Hold on.
I think I've heard Ben. Haven't I heard you rap before?
I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened it, read it. It said they were suckers. They wanted me for the army or whatever. Picture me giving a damn. I said never.
Well, I don't want to do it for you.
That's called
because
trying.
you're
Adrian,
kind of
you don't want to have black
disrespectful.
people up here and have them be victims of the low expectations that we have of them.
The soft bigotry of
the
low
soft bigotry of
expectations,
low
Adrian.
expectations. I think you just said I didn't try.
So,
Now we
wait,
are
hold
saying
on.
as men,
Hold on.
not
Hold
as
on,
white
bro.
people.
You're
This
yelling.
isn't NASA bringing
Number
in the guy
one.
from the
Number
slave port.
one.
This is a man
Number
to man
one.
saying, I think
Hey,
you owe
Ben.
it to us to try.
Doing it again.
Hey, Ben.
Try.
No, because
Adrian,
I don't like to try to
Try.
spit bars for someone that like to flip the N word
Jack.
so flippantly.
Jack, could we play my clip, please?
So that is the reason why I don't want to try to spit bars for Mr. Thorpe, because he's one of those Caucasian men that like to flip
Thorpe
N
is a
words so
rapper?
flippantly. So
Turned
yeah,
spoken word artist. Please welcome Marsha to the show.
I
Good
gotta
morning.
respect my ancestors. That's just
Doing
what it
well.
is.
So tell me why the change from
Anyway.
rapping to spoken word?
Because it's basically the same thing. You know, I dealing with words for the Bible. It says in the Bible, first there was word in the book of Genesis. And so we live our lives based on that book, which is the Bible.
So you're going to do a spoken word for us now, right?
Right.
And tell us what we're about to
So
hear.
is this an example
It's just a freestyle.
Okay.
I'm just going to think it up.
of
as
the
I-
low
Freestyle. Well, let me
expectations,
sit
quote
back.
unquote?
Go ahead, Marshall.
Okay.
Okay. It's sad, really.
Years ago, they tried
Shit,
to. Years ago, they tried to put me in the. This is a lie.
What's so funny? What's so funny?
Okay.
You're laughing at okay. You're laughing at a black man having problems speaking.
Oh, Adrian, we don't
And you
do the
think that's
like
fun?
you're black.
it has nothing to
therefore-
do with
we
him
already did
being
the handicap
black.
version of this. It sucked. Okay, so you're doing the
Oh,
black version of this. I have
please.
dark skin, therefore I'm a victim of anyone who criticizes me. That's not how we
I'm
roll
not
here.
a victim. No.
Well, you
I
said the
just-
reason
I
you
really-
can't rap is because I have white skin.
No,
I
the
don't
reason
understand
why
that.
I don't want to rap for you, sir, is
You're
because
not
you're
rapping for me. This is a
disrespectful.
YouTube channel. This isn't a
sir.
personal session between me and you.
Ben, would you please step back?
You agree with a lot of things
That's
I'm
it.
saying, Jack.
No, I actually don't, Ben.
You will agree when he's gone. You'll agree when he's gone. That's what you pander to these victim people.
No, Ben. I
And,
treat people
I
as
don't
people.
play no victim at all.
I don't see people as victims. I see situations, circumstances. You know, there's moments people play victims, but this. I typed it in the chat a while ago. Ben, you really got to look at this. Not just you, every one of us. We've got to look at these ideas of victim and perpetrator. They're two sides of the same coin. We've got to break the patterns. If we stop seeing each other as victims, we can see the Christ within one another.
But Jack, aren't you going to like call out people for making excuses?
That's what I'm trying to do with you, Ben.
Okay, do you accept
Literally.
Adrian's excuse?
You know,
that the
we gotta
reason he
take
couldn't do
accountability.
a bar
You know, I
well
believe
is
I was
because
told before.
he didn't want to try.
In one ear, out the other.
Do you accept his excuse that the reason he couldn't come up with a simple rhyme, even though that's his job in life, is because he
I
he
spit a
didn't want to
freestyle
try
right here
because I
off
have white
top.
skin. Do you
The
accept that
reason why
excuse?
I don't want to try, and I'll say this to your face,
There was a little bit of rhyme there. The reason
is
why I don't want
because
to try.
that your butt
That's
is
better
a
than the other
fucking
thing.
ray.
Yes.
The reason I don't want to try. The reason why I don't want to try is because I'm high as the sky.
Well,
How
I
about
just
that?
meant
Look,
before I
there.
came,
That's better.
just so I could calm down,
Can we get an
because I knew
OTW
you
with the
probably
close
would have been
down?
on the panel. So yeah, I did smoke. Sour Pill's the name. So pretty good sativa.
Yeah, I just
But with
discovered
that said,
slow
Oh,
state.
you're literally high. You're as a black man, you want to come on here on drugs and like then blame me
that's a
for being
plant.
racist. You are.
But you are.
You're embodying.
You like to spit the N word like you're black or something.
Well, you're acting
And they
like
say
an
it's so
N-word. You're acting
disrespectful.
like an N-word, aren't you?
No, I'm acting like a
He's
African American
Same
black
thing.
man. And I'm telling you, sir, and I'm saying this with so much respect, as much as I can. As a Christian man, if you said that crap in front of me, you would have seen these. And I'm telling
seen
you,
what?
Why, Ayana?
I would have seen what?
Grace, I'm
You gonna
telling
catch
you,
these
I would
hands,
not-
boy?
You're an internet.
I would knock your dad
guy.
out.
That's really different than an internet.
I would knock your dad out if you came in.
Adrian, remember when he said you were acting like an N-word and now you're threatening violence over the internet?
I'm not. Oh my gosh! I'm just saying.
Remember that?
That was a defensive statement.
You're embodying all the
Thank you.
stereotypes
Defensive statement.
like that
Thank
are
you.
embodied in the negative pejorative term. That's like the N-word, right?
Speaking from a negative person, it takes a negative connotation. That's what gets to me. And again, I'm respecting my elders and my ancestors. So
He called you
put
old
that
Jack.
into context. Thank you. That's it. That's all I want to speak about. I don't want to be riled up
like you.
on Jack's stream.
Jack isn't even chewing gum right now, guys. You need to worry. I saw he had at least 3 pieces, and now he's not chewing anything.
I'm not. Holy cows. Here, go ahead, Dusty.
Thank you, Texas Bully Mom for $10 says, this is some funny as fuck entertainment on a super chill day. Fucking lit. I agree.
You know what? I'm glad that was well timed. It was well timed and well worded. Because
You had that Talcott look on your face.
Yeah, Talcott. That's kind of where I was at. It's like, what the hell are we doing, people?
I'm good, Mr. I'm good, Jack. I'm good.
But I don't understand. How is
Thank
it
you for having me on
you
that.
assert that you're being respectful after threatening me with violence? Like, I
That
understand you
wasn't
can
a threat.
say
Are you
that that's
seriously taking
respectful.
that as a serious threat?
That's you can say that that's respectful, but it isn't.
Taking that as a
You can't
serious
just
threat, Ben?
say I'm being
Do you feel
respectful.
threatened?
This is
after
fascinating.
threatening
feel
threatening violence.
It is. All right, well, I'm leaving it alone, Mr. Thorpe. I'm leaving it alone.
Adrian,
you want to keep it with it.
Thank
I'm
you,
leaving it alone.
Adrian. That's what has to be
no
done
problem,
with
man.
him.
I'm good.
You got to disengage. He's very trolly.
Yes.
I think that's what it is. He's trying to raise,
Yeah.
blaze
up,
okay.
bro. Blaze up.
Cool.
Yeah, man. We
Yeah,
rolling,
do
we
it.
rolling,
Yeah,
we
go
rolling.
ahead. Smoke
I
2 or
don't
3 of them. Goodness gracious.
Holy
This negativity. I can't stand negativity. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to act out of character or nothing. But you feel what I'm saying? It's just so much.
Yep. Love you, my friend. Take a breath.
Love you too, sir. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Take a breath. We've witnessed this a few times already in today's stream. Ben has this role, this character, this personality about him. He really loves to engage and to dominate, okay? And that's what you're dealing with. So, the best path for you, especially as a Christian that I've been learning, we got to detach, right? Just
That's what's up.
Let it be, okay? Ben, we good?
I'm happy.
You have been a real test for me, and a blessing,
Appreciate it, Jack.
goes together. The reality is there's many personalities on here. Each of you, each of us, we know how to get attention. We do. We know how to get a crowd or hold a crowd, and we know how to keep things going. There's a lot of talent here. But if we're not getting along, if our sights are focused on each other.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. That is sweet. Very sweet. Hey, to change this world, to change our lives, we've got to change the patterns, right? And the patterns of who we are, it's reflected in what we say, in what we do, and most importantly, how we treat each other, right? And the world is going to get better when we treat each other better. That's what I know for sure.
But Jack, do you mean be nicer to people necessarily, or
kinder?
Okay, but you say I want to have like a kind of confrontation with Donald Trump where I really confront him. So you're saying in your fantasy world you would be confrontational, but here in the real world, like where people come up, I confront people, and you say that I'm a bad person. So like, make it make sense to me.
I don't necessarily want to confront the individual. I do want to address the behavior and offer guidance and leadership on how to do better. That's what I'm confident I can do with not just Donald Trump, but with many people.
But isn't that kind of calling people out?
Somewhat. But here, let's come back to that, because Ben, you're right. You are correct. Dusty, thank you sincerely. And OTW, he's apparently still waiting on you to spit some slow state bars. Is that coming?
I'm supposed to sing right
We're
now?
gonna have a bar fest up in here, huh?
Yeah, but your mic is super low.
My mic is super low.
Yeah. You're all the way up, but it has been coming through pretty soft.
I mean, I really just don't understand. If we were to play it back, Grace was saying, like, you know, I've checked out your channel. You came on here, you promoted it. You were nice enough to let him promote it. And she's saying, like, I don't get it. Like, what's the music? And he goes, well, I do music. And we said, well, let's hear some. And then it sucked. And I said, well, what's the deal? Like, it kind of sucks. And he said, well, I don't want to do it because you have white skin and I feel oppressed because of my ancestors.
That never came out my mouth because you had white skin.
That's some bullshit,
that never came.
boy.
Well,
why are you calling me a boy? Oh my God!
I heard something about white skin too from you, though. I do.
Oh my God!
I thought I did.
No,
he talked about that several times.
No, what I said was I do not want to go spit some better bars for you because of what you said, how you're flippant with the N-word.
Why not?
That's what I said. Why not? Why would you?
What? You're offended by white people using the N-word? Don't you realize all white people are using the N-word, like in the sense of dude?
No, I don't.
Ben.
Okay, so you live in a fantasy world. Okay.
Yeah.
Ben, please.
You don't think young white boys are using the N-word like
you're now saying Mr. Talcott sits around the house using the N-word? I don't think that's
young white kid. I mean, I have 4 sons. They play video games. Use the N-word. It's not a racial thing.
You're in your imagination again, man. I hate to
cry baby. Adrian the cry baby.
Ben.
Adrian, I'm good. I just don't respect
You're a liar.
you.
You're a liar.
What that
it's
is.
not okay to be a liar.
I don't have to. No, I don't. No. I will never compromise, and my wife even knows this. I would never compromise my integrity for anyone.
It's happening.
Well, you just smoked weed, so you compromised your own integrity, your mental integrity. It's a psychotropic drug.
Thank you, Grace, for pointing that out. I appreciate that.
Well, so there goes your integrities.
Have you ever taken an Advil, Grace?
I can't really spit a lot of bars.
Have you ever taken an Advil?
I understand you're defending your dad. It's cool. That's what it is.
Yeah. Those are drugs.
I see it as a plant.
Yeah, I smoke nicotine too, obviously.
Yeah.
It's not the same as
And
marijuana.
thanks the Lord Almighty, I quit those.
It's literally the same thing, so why aren't they called the
years.
same thing? He didn't say he just smoked Advil.
Well,
Guys,
he's
what are
willing
we
to
doing?
admit that
It's
he
actually
uses
really hard to
medicine.
keep Advil lit.
What in the fuck
At
are
least
you
he's
guys
admitting
doing?
to looking at
Seriously,
medicine.
what are you doing?
Advil and nicotine.
We're comparing our drug preferences.
But why?
Well, because Adrian said he doesn't compromise his integrity for anything, and I just pointed out that he smoked a
For
drug.
anyone.
Right.
Okay, sorry,
Anyone.
for anyone, and I just pointed out he compromised
Jack, we're
his own
literally gonna
mental
have to
integrity
rename your
by smoking
channel.
a drug that mixes up your brain and
We're
compromises
gonna
your
have to
mental
rename
integrity.
your channel and these broadcasts to inpatient rehab because that's exactly what this looks and feels like, right? It's just
Except,
Takes
are
one
we
to know one, Paul.
rehabbing? Are
But
we
Paul,
rehabbing? Or
me
are
and
we
Paul
just
and
as
Rapla could win this competition.
Like I'm having a younger woman try to tell me how what my tolerance
Adrian,
level is
please
when it comes to.
stop. Please stop.
What does
Yes,
my
sir.
age
You're
have to
good.
do with it?
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. No, let's bring age into it. You're a grown man. You shouldn't be smoking weed. You got nothing better to do with your life, buddy? Nothing
I
better?
do.
So go do it.
I do.
Put
I
the
do.
joint down and go do it.
You know what? I'm going to give
The joint is
everybody
down now. Oh my god.
the last words. We're going to start wrapping up. Okay?
We need
Who wants
positive
to go
super chats
first?
in. I do. Audience, we need to get positive super chats in quickly.
I think it's
Why don't we
time
go
to
rename
wrap
the
up.
channel Pandering to Big
Ben,
Crybaby
what are you-
Blacks and
Ben-
Crybaby
Ben,
People
what are
in
your last
wheelchairs?
words? What are your last words for today?
I suggest
please?
we rename this channel to Pandering to Crybaby Black People and Crybaby Wheelchair People.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining, Ben. I appreciate
and
you.
those are your actual last words. We're gonna have you put out of your misery after this broadcast for everybody's safety.
More death threats from Paul.
Metaversely, of course. Metaversely.
And I just came up. I just came up real quick here to drop those bars everybody's waiting for. And when it comes to dropping bars, I really can't go far when you talk about Jeremy in a car because he's certainly no star. But we already know that there's one number one show, and that's Flow. You got to give it to that, bro. And when it comes to the corpse, we're talking about Ben and Grace Thorpe. They're the bottom of the YouTube sorts, and just like immigration, they'll be waiting for them at the ports. Have a good day.
Yes!
Thank you for sharing, Keith.
That was amazing. Get
Can we
mogged,
get
Adrian.
Can we get a
Get
Grace
mogged.
Parrow collab? Maybe you should collab with him instead.
I got
I
the
didn't mean
beats.
to do that. It was an accident.
Okay. Who's next? Please.
Oh shoot. Thanks, Jack. It's nice to see you and Paul working together. Dusty's got something in the works. It's going to be really cool. It's really cool working with Dusty as well. Sarah's going to have a nice debate for Dusty very soon. I'm
Tomorrow
looking
night.
forward to that. Don't you boot me when I come up and brutalize you. Later.
Fair enough. Good talking to you.
Very
I thought you meant Hurricane Paro. You meant Paro.
El Perro.
Yeah.
The guy who just rapped. Short bus.
Right. Thanks for having me, Jack. Love you. Bye-bye.
Hey, much love, Grace. Thank you. OTW, you gonna
Have a
keep
good night.
streaming now? You're muted.
Yeah, I just went live because I was scheduled actually for 6, but I pushed it off since I was here. So,
Oh, well, beautiful.
Jesus, I gotta,
I'm gonna redirect to that.
oh well, thank you very much, sir. That's much appreciated. That's cool.
Seems right. You're here. You want to head
So I
that way?
guess, yeah, I'll head on out and I'll be waiting for you guys over at OTW Live. Peace. Thanks for having me.
Much love to you. Peace
God
to you.
bless.
Hey, and Dusty.
Sarah says, thanks for the free advertising break, Dusty. Tell them more about the debate tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern. I will be debating I don't remember his channel name, but the guy's name is Andrew. It's not Wilson, a different Andrew. And the topic is, it is illogical to believe Christianity. And I believe it's illogical, and he thinks it's logical. So he's somebody the other night on her open panel. I kind of got into it with him for a second, and I was not satisfied with how that interaction ended. Dragon Fist TV, thank you. I wasn't satisfied with how it ended, so a few hours later I texted her. I said, give me a debate with this guy. So we'll be doing that tomorrow evening at 8:30 on Raging Tomato.
Very cool.
Good stuff, bro.
Good for you. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Jaxus, anything for you? Are you there? Jaxus Ratcott. I'm going to drop you out. And Adrian, anything from you, brother?
Yes, sir. I just want to say thank you again, Mr. Jack, for having me up on the panel and everything. And I would never I will always go against bigotry. That's just all I'm gonna say. Okay. And God love us all. All right. God bless everybody. All right. Thank you, Jack. That's
Much
it.
love. Peace, Adrian. Thank you to you. Dusty?
And we got one more from Fourth Wise Man. Crybaby wheelchariot victim is not a victim, nor is playing the race card, Ben Thorpe. By the way, thanks for more of your taxes with the ridiculous comment you recently made. Yes, you don't know how. I don't know how either, to be honest. But thank you for the donations.
All right. Anything left from you?
For having me up, and good talking to you, Paul, as well. And salute to the chat.
It's Pack, Taylor. Pack.
Peace. Pack.
Yeah. I think the merge is still going strong. Despite some resistance, we'll continue to move forward. I'd like to encourage a bit more direction and intention for certain ideas and topics to kind of take us all down those roads if possible. A little less chaos creation if we can work on it. But other than that, I can't complain about much. So I'll leave you with that. Peace and blessings.
Hey, much love to you. And I agree.